All right, so we're on. We're on. How you been, man?
Same old shit, bro.
Are you gonna puke today?
Huh?
Are you gonna puke today on the show?
No,
Okay.
no. The kid I train with shoots his fucking brains out, though. His girl just sent me the video. These kids keep wanting to train with me. I think because they watch like the podcast with Fuad, me, and Nick, and they hear me say like, "Oh, just show up," and these kids literally come to fucking train, and they're like bowling pins. Like they come in, they like stand up, and they fall down. It's crazy.
You
This
should do a show
actually
just that.
Huh?
It should just do a show of just that. It's just like legs with Guy. And it's like on Scooby Doo, it's like the special guest this week is Don Knotts and Phyllis Diller. It's like it's just like random twigs up against you, and they just go out like fucking like gnats.
The kid was like this though. The kid made a good point. He goes, I don't know how you do this. He's like, we're not even halfway done, and I'm dying. And I'm like, yeah, but that's how it's supposed to be. I'm like, that's why I do what I do. I go
Right.
and I don't do what you do. And he goes, man, you do this every week? I go, every week. I said, you mean every day? He's like, you train this all the time? I go, yeah. And he goes, man, I don't think I'd ever be able to do what you do. And I'm like, that means a lot, man. I said, because not a lot. I said, a lot of people think we just fucking work out and it's pretty fucking easy. I'm like, but when you're doing it like with somebody who does it for a living, it's different than somebody that does it for a hobby.
Well, and they don't realize is everything else that goes into it, right? They don't realize that you when you got there, you've already eaten 3 or 4 full meals when you got there, right? And you've eaten more at that point in the day than they will the whole 24 hours.
Yeah,
So your
and I
stomach's
already
full.
cardio, and I already fucking like my days are.
Right.
I don't know how old you guys are, but my days are built around training because I'm so fucking banged up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't realize that. They just think it's a couple hours in the gym here and there.
Oh,
you eat a little of this, eat a couple protein shakes, a bunch of drugs, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're good."
If that was my life, would be a lot fucking better.
More simple.
I'd be so fucking healthy if that was the case.
Yeah, tell me about it. I didn't realize just how beat up I was until I started dieting a couple weeks ago. Now everything fucking hurts.
Wait until you put the weight back on.
No, trust me, I know. I've done this so many times. I already fucking know.
You dry everything out, and then you fucking feel like shit. And then you put the weight back on, you feel even worse.
Yeah, it's I'm down to 242 from 262, and that 20 pounds of water. Oh, everything. I was doing legs Monday, and I'm doing hack squats, and I'm like, nothing's any fucking different. The weight's the same. But my knees felt like they were ready to just literally, the kneecaps felt like they were ready to explode right out of the skin and come out. And I was like, okay, this next set, I've got to kind of fucking change the angle. So I moved my feet up on the platform just a little bit, like 2 inches. And that took care of all of it. I'm like, oh, fuck. This is going to be a bad prep because I'm 42 now. So it's like, oh, this is going to be bad.
How many weeks out?
14.
Yeah, if you start dieting, how many weeks?
I was 17 weeks out in the universe.
Start?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, I'm not. I don't stay that lean in the off season. I don't have a fucking choice. I have to start a little bit more early because that last 5 weeks is literally like chicken and vegetables to get in shape.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The older I get, the more shit I get away with eating. Like off season, I eat garbage every night.
Yeah, I've been noticing that too. But it's still a bitch to get it off. So I'm gonna give myself extra time before I don't want to just show up like on time that day. It's like fucking please be in shape type of deal. I'd rather have a couple weeks where I can kind of put it in cruise control and just tighten up at the end.
Yeah.
Because I have to work a full-time job too. I work full-time during the day. So it's
what do you do again? I forget.
I'm a plant manager.
Okay.
At a injection molding company. So it's like So today,
are you on your feet all day?
My 18,000 steps today, and that was my off day from training. And I didn't do cardio today. This is my off day from cardio too.
Wow.
That's a normal day. So like the other day when I did cardio and I was training legs, I had 27,000 steps throughout the fucking day. That's like 12 miles.
Now, do you base your food intake off of that? I had this conversation because I was like, I wouldn't base anything off of that.
Just not really. I mean, Justin will base the cardio off as we get closer. So like as we get closer, my legs start to wash out a bit because I'm on my feet all the time, and you're starting to get like water retention in the legs and stuff.
Yeah.
He'll pull my cardio back based on how much I'm walking. He's like, all right, you're
Justin,
Justin Compton.
Okay. Yep.
So
like
guys,
the last. Go ahead.
so you were 202 for the Olympia. How much did you get up to this offseason?
I've been hitting 230 pretty regularly. So I haven't been fucking 230. I started dieting for the Olympia at 218 because I had saw that shit happen. So it was like, I knew I was going to be playing fucking catch up, you know? But I haven't been fucking 230. And like, I can tell I'm 230 because I'm breathing heavy and shit. You know, like I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But guys, my fucking dogs are going at it.
So what's the plan for this year?
I'm going to do that show in Columbia July 9th.
All right.
July 9th. Okay.
Yeah, there's a show in Columbia.
And so let's say hypothetically you don't get first. What's your next move?
I honestly, if you want me to be fucking dead honest with you, I didn't even look past that show because I was looking at shows and I'm like, that's the show I'm doing and that's the show that I'm winning. And I didn't look any back. I did not even look past it.
So there's no plan
I
B.
don't even have a fucking plan. You know, I just know I don't have a lot of like gas left in the tank as far as like competitiveness goes because like my body's just fucking banked up. Like, you know, I'm not one of the guys that's delusional. Like I know I ain't what I was back in 2015 and 16 when I was winning New York Pros, but I think I'm still good enough to fucking place in the top of the O and, you know, win these shows and beat some of these guys. So I'm just trying to fucking stay as like on point as I can with keeping my body healthy and just try to fucking do a show win. My goal would be show win Olympia top, you know, obviously you want to win, but I'm being realistic, top 5, and then do the Olympia the following year and then maybe call it quits.
Call it quits, right?
30, you're 38 right now.
I just turned 39 on the 21st.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh, so that makes you an Aries?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Girls hear that.
Well, it fits you. You're like Aries. If you were a Pisces, I'd be really like confused. So
like I don't know much about that stuff, but like
that's a very Aries thing to say.
When girls hear Aries, they're usually like, "Oh, you're an Aries."
Yeah, it's the most. It's the alpha sign of the fires, which is like of all 12, it's the most alpha sign.
So does it fit my personality?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because it's like hyper aggressive, like hyper, aggressive.
Yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's hyper and aggressive without a lot of neuroses per se. That it's just,
and extremely stubborn.
Well, you know, all the ones with horns are stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
All the animals with horns like to butt heads. But I would say that Aries are less stubborn than Capricorns or Tauruses.
Yes.
So what goes good with me?
Huh?
What goes good with me?
I don't know. I always stay the fuck away from Aries.
my son is Kyson's an Aries, and he is
fucking
stubborn. April 1st.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So he'll be 5 April 1st, and he is fucking stubborn, and he is aggressive, and he's hyper as shit. And it's like it's
like fucking me.
And this is me and him all the time, right here.
Yeah.
Because I'm the opposite. I'm
stubborn, but I never fought my dad. Like I'm stubborn as fuck. Right. Now I'll fight my dad. Growing up, my dad, I was scared shitless of my father. I didn't fight my dad with a fucking dog shit.
Kyson ain't scared of shit.
No.
Kyson ain't scared of
fucking
shit.
I picked him up today after work. I picked him up and took him to the park, and he's literally he calls me old man. I'm like, I looked at him like this. I'll show you old man. 5. It'd be 5 next week.
That's amazing.
He goes, you can't do anything, old man. I just looked at him and said, I'll show you a fucking old man. I said, Kyson, I said, I don't care how big you get and how old you get, I will still take you out. Don't worry.
My dad still has the monster fucking grip on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No joke.
Kids.
So how many dogs you got now?
Huh?
How many dogs you got now?
Right there, ain't go far.
They don't leave my side too often.
Nah, dude, they're Velcro dogs, man. They don't leave. They don't leave their owner's
Is
side.
it 3? You got 3 dogs?
Yeah, I have.
Two.
Hi, buddy boy.
2 there.
I have 2. These are my 2, and then I have one with my ex-wife, but she has her most of the time because. Hi, buddy. I got the black one, the black and white one. I got him because I wanted like my own dog that like was here all the time because we were constantly switching on and off like every other week. And like I got sick and tired of not having a fucking dog here because like I'm home, I'm home a lot. Like when I don't travel, it's just me here. So I got Tank, which is my black and white one, and then when I had Roxy, which is the one that I share with my ex, he started getting separation anxiety. So as soon as I would like give Roxy back to my ex, he would fucking cry like a baby. So I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
So you had to get another dog.
I was like, I gotta get another dog because I can't deal with this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So then I got her, right? I got you. Come here. And now they're like they're like inseparable. But they're like obsessed with me. Like follow me everywhere.
Dude, they're Velcro dogs. Their owner, they were literally they'll lay on you, they will lay around you, they have to see you at all times, be touching you at all times. Yeah.
So like she is like that to a T. Storm, the red nose, the brown one. He is like that. He just likes to know I'm home. Like
he's supposed to know where you're at.
He doesn't have to be near me, but he's very weird. Like when I go upstairs at night to go shower, like before I came on the podcast, guys, I don't know why I put your collars back on because now all I do is hear it. They're fucking fighting. Like I'll go upstairs to shower, and every night when I come out of the shower to walk downstairs, he sits on the stairs the entire time I'm in the shower and stares at the front door. Every night.
Oh, because you're vulnerable.
Yeah. So I was actually on, as fucking gay as it sounds, TikTok. And whatever, but I learned something. So somebody posted something about dogs, and they said that how their dog kept following them to the bathroom. Because like if I go up, wherever I go, she follows me everywhere. Like if I go take a shit, she's sitting fucking staring at me. If I'm pissing, she's staring at me. If I fucking, wherever I go, she's staring at me. And they said that if dogs follow you to the bathroom, it's because they consider you part of their pack. Because when dogs go to the bathroom, or wolves, that's when they're most vulnerable. So other wolves will look out around the one taking a shit. So that's why the dogs will follow you to the bathroom and lay down and stare at you.
Yeah, that's why the only time dogs look embarrassed is when they're taking a dump. And I can associate vulnerability and embarrassment together when you're an animal.
Yeah.
They always are looking around like who's watching, and it's
with their ears all like
they're going to get attacked.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're all.
I had a pit once, and he was the same way. You have to be literally. I mean, I would walk from one room to the next, and his nose was right up my ass, literally as I'm walking. It's just like, dude, back up.
I love it. Dude, I don't know what I would do without him, but like. I've been home for a year now, and it's been fucking awesome. And then end of April, my life just goes to hell, so it's gonna suck.
Right.
I start traveling. I'm gone like every fucking weekend. I have like end of April and all of May gone.
Really? Is it all guest posings and stuff?
Yeah. No, it's just like Pittsburgh Pro. I'm there like Wednesday through Sunday, and then PJ and the film guy comes here. Guys, enough. Fuck. Like there's 3 floors. Go fucking upstairs.
Go somewhere else and do that.
Fuck out of here. I got to go to Pittsburgh, and then I'm in. Then PJ and the camera guy from Blackstone are coming here to film for a couple of days, and then me and PJ have to go to Tennessee for Mark Loblinder's thing. Then I have to go to, I believe, Florida for the New York Pro, and then the 22nd I'm in Texas for an event. That's all I know up to right now.
Yeah.
So it's like back and forth, like home for 3 to 4 days, gone. Home for 2, 3, 4 days.
Yeah.
You got Gasp and you got Blackstone. Who are your other sponsors?
Choice Botanicals, these guys.
What's that, like CBD?
It's Kratom, actually, that I fucking love.
Okay, so tell me about that, because I've heard of it, but I don't really understand it.
Yeah, okay. The only fucking way I don't know like a shit ton about it. Like I've done research, so it's derived from a fucking plant.
Okay.
Like I don't know if it's like Indonesia or somewhere. I don't really know like that much about it. But the reason why I started taking it is simply because when I was in Texas, this kid, Mark, came up to me who was a fan, and he was like, hey, man, he's like, did you ever try Kratom? And I was like, no, but PJ Braun, the owner of Blackstone, my very good friend, I was like, he raves about it. I go, and I've never taken it, like, know nothing about it. And he was like, well, you know, I work for this company. If I bring some by your hotel, would you try it? And I was like, yeah. And I go, what it'll do? He goes, it's kind of like an upper and a downer at the same time. Now, there's different strands. Like, there's red, green, and white. Now, I think there's like red is the one you take before bed. White, white or green's during the day. Or no, green's in between, and white is like during the day. So depending upon the time of day, depends on what strand you take. But I really like the green strand. So like for me, I'll take the green strand. Let's say if I'm going to train back and my back is fucking killing me. Like I don't take it every day, but I definitely take it a couple times a week. But if I wake up sometimes and my back is just killing me, I'm like, fuck, like I got to take something. So I'll take the Kratom, and it literally lasts 6 to 8 hours. And it's almost like a combination of like a little bit, this is going to sound crazy, a little bit of Oxy, a little bit of Xanax, and a little bit of like Advil all mixed together. But and a little bit of caffeine for focus and energy. It's like the weirdest, like I can't explain it, but it's something that as soon as you take it, literally 15 minutes later, it hits you like that. Like you can feel it instantly. It's not something where like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to feel like there was a kid who was at my house who took a shot of it, and he takes that every day. And he was taking 100 mgs of Adderall. He's on no Adderall anymore. None. He takes that every day.
A lot of fucking Adderall. Out of curiosity, so he used the white to sub out the Adderall or the green?
No, he actually buys the red and the green.
Okay. Because I've looked into it a year ago.
It's not cheap, and I know a lot of people are probably hesitant to buy it, but I fucking take it all the time. And it literally, because I have 3 herniated discs in my back.
Right.
I have 3. My back's horrible. I have 3 in my back.
Shoulders.
Yeah, I've had 2 surgeries on this one on this one, surgery on my left knee. I've had stem cell injections all over the fucking place. Like my body's shot. Like that literally is a saving fucking grace. It helps me get through my workouts when I'm like fucking hurting.
So I want to ask you some questions about that. So you switched from West Coast Charles Glass style training to John style training.
Yeah.
How has that felt on your shoulders, your knees, and your spine?
Now, John obviously writes up the programs knowing that I have these issues, but he also didn't really like back off, because there was like 6 weeks where I was fucking barbell squatting 500 every fucking week.
I watched. It was in the Smith though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I do the same thing, so I'm not knocking. I just want to make sure I saw the video.
Yeah. Because you know what? I say barbell because I am not one to use a Smith machine, but the reason why I started using the Smith was only because I'm trying to take some of the fucking load off my lower back.
Off your lower back, right?
Right. You know, and I want to move it to my quads.
Huh?
I want to keep it on my quads and glutes, not my lower back and glutes.
So that's literally the only reason why I do it. Like I tell people, like if you can fucking barbell squat 5 plates, or you can Smith squat 5. Like I have videos of me fucking. There's one of me squatting 6 plates actually with Andy Hammond, who just passed away. I just talked about him on the podcast the other night. But yeah, man. I mean, I train fucking chest, and I do my split is pull, push, legs off, pull, push, and I've never done chest twice, buys twice, tries twice. Like I've never really done it like that. And I don't really have an arm day, which I think I should, because my arms kind of fucking suck. But he doesn't want me to have it. He likes to have it how he has it set up. And I gotta say, man, like his workouts beat the fucking shit out of me. Like I trained tonight with a kid who I never trained with him before. Right as we started the third exercise, his girlfriend just sent me the video. Fucking kids puking. Puked 3 times. We had to walk outside. Puked all over the place. And he was like, "Man, you train like this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I train like this every day." And John's workouts are just very different because it's not like your standard. You're going to do 5 exercises, pyramid sets, increasing weight as you go along, and you're going to do 3 sets here, 4 sets here, 3 sets here, 4 sets here. It's like sometimes it can be one big cluster set where I just go balls out. Like tonight we did hamstring curls. It was 1 set, but there's like 5 feeder sets to get there. And then the last set was like whatever weight was, let's say it was 140. It was seated hamstring curls. So it was like 12 reps, 20 seconds rest, then failure, 20 seconds rest, failure, 20 seconds
Failure
rest.
again.
So it's like it's 1 set, but like you blow your load on that fucking set.
Yeah, it's a
You're
rest
done.
pause set. But it wasn't a drop set rest pause set. It was a static weight rest pause set.
Yeah, and that's like he has me do that a lot, and that's where I'm getting stronger. Like yesterday, I trained chest, and it was my second exercise, so I wasn't like at my peak strongest. But we did incline dumbbell, and then we did incline barbell, and he wanted me to do 3 static sets for whatever the weight was I can get for 10. So I went up to 315. And I got it for 10 the first one, and I got it for I think 9. I went like 10 10 9 or 10 9 10 or something like that. But I have never. I usually like back when I was doing how my normal pyramid sets, it would be like warm up at 135, 225 for 10 to 12. Then it'd be like 315, 365, 405, and then that would shut it down. Like 405 was usually a couple and then a big drop set. Right. So me to do 315, 3 fucking sets in a row for reps like that, and they're not like throwing around reps, they're like a lot more control. Not that I was ever sloppy, because I was never a sloppy lifter, but my reps are just a lot more controlled than they were. So
John likes 3-second negatives, right? You guys had a lot.
Not in everything, not in everything. But if you watch the one I posted, I think it was the other day. No, it was actually on my story. From yesterday. Like I don't bench fast. I'm very fucking like
right
the whole time.
No, I watch a lot of your training videos, always have. And that's why it's interesting to see the change, because me and Keith were talking about the same thing today, and I'm gonna do the reverse, where I'm gonna go from the feeder blowout set to going back to what you used to do, which is 10 reps, 10, or like go to failure with then the next set to failure, pyramid up, but go to failure in every one. So I blow my load at the bottom of the pyramid and I don't the top of the pyramid, so that I get a little bit of joint relief before I start competition prep, because I'm going into competition prep getting 3 reps when I should be getting 7 reps and all big barbell lifts. So my central nervous system or something shot. So I want to take away the heavy load and just work on volume for a couple weeks before I actually start cutting calories.
Yeah, I mean, I never did. Like everybody's like who asked me on the podcast, like, when do you deload? I'm like, bro, I don't even know what the fuck. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I just fucking lift. Like, I don't I put zero science behind it. Zero. Like, just John tells me what to lift and I lift it. Like, that's just literally how it goes. And I look at the weight and I think that's the weight I'm going to do for 10. And I pick it. Like, that's just how
Right.
I just deloaded here a couple weeks ago.
And that just means you go lighter, right?
So I DC train like Dante Trudell, right? That's the Dusty.
Yeah,
that's the way I've been doing that for years, and I'll usually go about 8 to 10 weeks of just blasting like that, and then it's a week or 2 of deloading. But when I deload, it's more. I call it my Lee Priest training, because I'll go in and it's like 8 to 10 reps, and it's not going to failure until I get to whatever weight I get up to the last one goes to failure. That's my last fucking set on that when I deload. It might be 8 sets. It might be 4 sets. It just depends on when I get to that weight, and I know that, okay, we're like 1 rep shy of failure or right at that failure point. That's done for this exercise. We move on to the next one. I'll do it for like 2 weeks. So get a little more volume, some blood volume in there, and then I move back. What's that?
Because heavy.
You can't, because you're doing 8 to 10 rep sets all the way up, working up in weight, and once you get to that last one, you kind of like, okay, like if I'm curling and it's like 35 pounds, it's 8. That's not it. We go 45. All of a sudden, I'm starting to feel like, okay, this is getting hard. I'll do 1 more and then I'm done, and we'll move on to the next one. Right? That's my deload. It's more blood volume than like feeder. 1 rest pause set, done, move on to the next movement.
Yeah, John has me do like almost like a warm up because they're like usually 20-15-ish.
Yep.
Usually like 2 of those, and then like 1 or 2 of like a 5 and 6 rep, and then it's like into the sets.
And then you go.
Fucking you guys drive me crazy. Stop. Can you stop? Go on the couch. Go on the couch. Get up on the couch. Go. Get up. On the couch. Sit down.
What's funny is they don't, when they know you're on Fuad's show and they don't do this for him.
No,
they hear you yelling at Fuad and they just go and run.
They think they're getting yelled at.
I was worried too. I'm like,
they're literally sitting on the couch behind you. Like sitting.
Tank was sitting all fucking
I'm hoping that I was like, oh man, I hope we don't irritate a guy like Fuad does. But it's like you're all chill with us, and so we're probably not breaking your balls enough.
Fuad likes to fucking pick fights. That's why he gets his ass.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's more so now than ever before because every episode it's either just an hour of you and him fighting or it's an hour of him and Ben fighting. In the middle of the episode, it's just like, he's just like the internet bully now because he's all big time. And it's just like James and Ian just sit there and have to put up
and just smile and laugh.
The thumbs for like 2 hours straight. When you do go back and forth.
I laugh. I have such a like. I look forward to that because to me it's literally like a fucking FaceTime video. Like half the time I forget we're on I literally do forget we're on a podcast because I talk. Just like I'm talking to my fucking, like I talk about the same stupid shit that I talk about my buddies every day.
I just heard more about buttholes, I think, in the bro chat
in
my entire life.
Fucking Nick.
This is just like non-stop butthole.
Change the name of the show to Butthole Confessions.
I don't bet you guys not gonna want to be on it.
I can't, like, if I had a girl and I like talked the way he did, like I'd get fucking killed. Like the girls he dates, like they're ballers because like he doesn't fucking like maybe because I'm 39, I know like what not to say and what I can get away with.
Right.
Like I know he's like in his like what 27 or something, 26.
Yeah, he hasn't figured that out yet.
Yeah, I'm like you're fucking crazy.
To be that age again, I don't even fucking remember that age.
I'd give up everything in my life
just to be that age one more time.
Take it all. Take every fucking thing I have.
Well, yeah. Okay, let's unpack this because, I mean, okay. So, are we rewinding? So you're losing all your memories. Are we going back in time, or are we staying in this time with all your current memories and just regressing your physical age to 26?
So I feel 26?
Yeah. So like, I mean,
so
I think that
I either go back and literally be back with everything that I have now up until this point. I never remembered, will be nothing, not even a memory in my head because I'm back to where I was.
Right, because you make the same mistakes over again.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I would go back to that age. I would go back to 26, but know everything that I know now.
No, but you can't do that.
I'm saying, but I would love to do that.
3 different conditions. There's 3 different conditions, and that's the thing. Is like the best scenario is your body.
For me, if I felt 26 right now,
yeah,
I'd be Mr. Olympia. There's not a question in my mind. Not a fucking question in my mind. But if I could feel 26 and be my age, I would take that because I enjoy the life I live. I'm in a lot of pain every day.
Yeah.
So
like shit you can't physically do anymore.
Huh?
There's just shit you can't physically do anymore that you would love to be able to do. It's like I used to do that shit.
People don't see it, and I think I'd like do a good job of like not showing it, but like, dude, I'm in therapy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Like I get worked on 4 times a week. Like my days are I wake up, I do cardio, I stretch, I eat a meal, I go right to therapy. I'm at therapy for about an hour and a half. I fucking grab coffee, come home, eat a meal, chill out for a little bit, go to the fucking gym, train, come home, eat, sometimes stretch again. Like my days are literally built around getting through that fucking gym session.
So what I'm confused about is, all right, so You've got the most injuries, but you're the youngest out of the three of us. So why do you think that is?
How old are you guys?
I'm 41, he's 42, and you're 39.
Why do I think what is?
Why do you think you have so many? I have no injuries, and obviously I'm going to get hit by a bus tomorrow because I said that. But it's like, you got 25 pounds on me to 20 pounds on me.
How much?
Why? Huh?
How much do you weigh?
I'm 205 right now. I was 250.
I gotta get that camera angle because you look fucking like you're 240.
Thank you.
He's Jose Raymond height.
Is this it?
He's Jose Raymond height. That's why.
Is this better?
Dude, you got to go back to watch the Jose Raymond video because he talks so much shit the whole video. It was hysterical.
Fucking Jose. Yeah. He rags on Todd the whole video because Todd was like in the middle of a high carb day, passing out, falling asleep during the video.
I'm eating sugar cookies, falling asleep as we're doing the
falling asleep. And he stands up and Jose's like talking about how fat Todd is. Yeah.
You're eating.
He's telling Todd
podcast.
And that's what fucking Jose said. You fat fuck. And then Todd stands up and he goes like this, and he's got a full fucking 6-pack. He goes, "Oh shit, you're like fucking single digits." And Todd goes, "Yeah, I'm like this all the time." As he eats more sugar.
Hold on, we gotta back that up. It's the context. He goes, "All right, you fat fuck. Why don't you show us how fat you are?" And you didn't warn him, and I was just like, "Oh," and he's like, "Well, you've got single digits." Like it's like I shot at Tony, because you've been calling me fat for 2 hours, and I'm shredded.
Right.
He's a fucking idiot.
Todd doesn't like get over 210, but he's always peeled. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get fat. Like I'm fucking I'm like, please God, just give me, let me look like dog shit.
He's got the gummy bears right there.
I don't show up to a podcast without my gummy bears.
Dude, you have no idea what's in my closet and in my fucking freezer, the amount of fucking junk. I have 90 grams of 90 to 100 grams of Rice Krispie treats before I fucking train every day with my. So now I got into the habit of I fucking make them instead. So I'll buy different cereals and make Rice Krispie treats. Well, they're not really Rice Krispie treats, but like I made Golden Graham ones today before the gym.
Those would be good.
Fucking banging.
I don't have anything in mind. My house is empty. I don't fucking have anything in mind. All the snacks are gone. They just got thrown in the trash.
I can have a fucking house made out of chocolate and I won't lick the walls if I'm dieting. Like it doesn't bother me. That was pretty fucking good. That was literally not even. I just came with that, by the way.
That's good.
I don't think that was planned.
Like now, my kids came over this weekend and they were pissed because there's no snacks in the house. I'm like, fuck. All right, hold on.
Yes, okay. Me.
Yeah.
I'll diet.
It doesn't bother me.
With a freezer full of my cookie dealer cookies.
Yeah. I don't necessarily doesn't bother me either, but they're gonna go bad, right? Who the fuck's gonna eat them when I live by myself?
Oh, that's a different story.
I'm not married. I got divorced, so I'm by myself in my place now, and stuff. The kids come over every other weekend. If they don't eat them, they're just gonna fucking sit here and go bad. So there's no
but you
sense
know what I do?
Them, right?
What I do when I diet is I'll fucking go to the store, and I'll always see shit that I'm like, that looks really fucking good, and I'll just buy it and put I have like a big cupboard, and I'll just literally every time I go to the store, I'll just start stashing shit and being like, I'm gonna eat all this after the show, and then after the show, I open the cabinet, and I'm like, I don't want any of that shit.
I don't want any of this shit anymore, right?
Yeah, and I start giving it out to people.
Yeah, you make contracts and negotiations with yourself. It's like, I'll eat that later. Because if you don't make the contract, you'll eat it now. So you have to negotiate. It's like, I promise I'll eat you later. And then then after the show, you have to go around and make good on all your promises. Otherwise, the spell won't. So you're just like driving from one drive-through to the next, like sweating your ass off, and then you're bloated. You're like burping and farting at the same time.
And doing that when I was with Columbo when I was an amateur, but I didn't drive around to fast food. I went to Cheesecake Factory for like 4 hours and just sat there, just got fucking disgusted. Literally, to the point I went. It was like a thing. I would go from like Cheesecake Factory, It was like a fucking circus. It was like every fucking Sunday with all my boys. It was like clockwork. And we would literally go to fucking Cheesecake Factory and all these meatheads eat. I'm talking like tons of food. I'm talking like 3 desserts. And then I would literally go from Cheesecake Factory. And then it was usually like down like south. It was probably like an hour from me. And then on the way home, I would stop at Dunkin' Donuts, get a monster coffee, get like a buttload of fucking donuts or muffins, eat that on the way home, get home, smash ice cream, and then fall asleep with like the fan on me sweating. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And according to John, that just ends up building fat cells. That we don't actually have more anabolic capacity after the show. I was like, when he released that information, I was like, God damn it. Like, that's what made sense to me my whole life, but I just didn't listen to the science. I listened to all the bro science, and they're like, "Oh, the rebound's most important," blah blah blah, and it's just like, no.
Well, so now I don't even do that after a show. The first thing I eat is like usually for about a good week, I eat like huge salads all day, like monster salads, monster. Like I'll eat like ton of salad, ton of fruit.
Why?
Yeah.
A lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals.
Okay, just to rebuild your everything, huh?
Because you're with all the diuretics and the depletion, the salt manipulation, and the fucking water manipulation, and just like the amount of minerals and how many fucking things are thrown off in your body. Like your body is like dying for all that shit. And so many people like write to garbage. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, but you got to really put the things back in your body that it needs first, and then add the shit later.
Yeah, like I remember I used to like to slam vitamin water after the show. 1 Monster and like 6 vitamin waters and like an orange. Yeah. It was just something basic and simple. And
well, you think about it, like,
I dreaded the post-workout. I dreaded the post-show meal because I was like, oh, everyone wants to go out and eat junk food. I'm going to fucking die. Like, I do not want to eat a bunch of salty anything.
Well, it's like your car can run with like gas and oil, right? But it doesn't have to have high performance tires to run. It can have regular fucking tires, right? So it's like your body can't run if it doesn't have all that fucking proper nutrients in it. And if you're right after a show, after not drinking all day and diuretics and fucking not eating certain foods and yada yada yada, and then you're gonna go right from that to putting just straight your body, like put the gas and the oil back in first, and then
then get the tires.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I want to come back around to the injury thing. Do you think it was related to football?
Yeah, man. I played for 15 fucking years, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I keep my high school plaque in front of me with my little fucking stupid picture on it just to remind me where I came from, and at my desk. And I mean, I was fucking Christ.
Okay.
2000 I graduated high school, and I played it from 3rd grade on. Look, can you see it?
Yeah.
So, I think that's why my shoulders are so fucking bad, because I was a running back and I'm a middle linebacker. So I was fucking every play I was getting hit, smashed.
You're getting hit, yeah.
Every play,
Yep.
And I think it makes sense that both of them. I mean, listen, I train extremely hard and heavy. Yeah, fine. But I think 15 years of fucking just getting like almost a fucking baseball bat to your fucking shoulders all the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, my shoulders, dude, they're so bad.
Well, that's how this one started was football and wrestling. So this one I separated during football season, and the AC joint was sprained. I went right into wrestling season, and it popped out 3 more times.
See, I never had
during the season.
My shoulders never dislocated.
No, mine all the time.
Oh.
And then this shoulder being so messed up now, I tore the rotator cuff a few years ago, and then I had a pec tear last year, a slight pec tear right by the front delt, like right at the insertion point.
Still ready for a show?
Huh?
And you're still getting ready for a show?
Yeah.
See, like, to me, I'm
fine.
Like, in my head, I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah. Fuck it.
I would like diet to get in shape, but like I would know fucking like for all. No, I'm like, what?
No, I've gotten to this point
like
where
I want to ask you why the fuck you're doing that, because you ain't getting paid to do that.
I won't stop. I mean, I
Yeah, but like,
dude,
what?
when
So, okay, I'm gonna ask you because I'm fucking intrigued because I say all the time to my buddies because my buddy asked me the other day. He's like, "Would you be still competing as an amateur if you?" I go, "No." I go, "Absolutely not. Not a chance."
right,
It's like, why? I go, because there's no, like, if I wasn't where I am right now and I was still competing as an amateur, and this is, let's be realistic, at 30 fucking 9 years old, there's nothing positive coming out of fucking bodybuilding as an amateur. Besides, I'm putting my fucking body at an older age through fucking hell and putting shit in it that it probably doesn't need.
right.
And like, even like now, like for the way I am now, like if at 40 years old, if I couldn't look myself in the mirror and go, if I can't turn pro and compete, what am I doing?
Right.
Well, I think Keith's goal is to turn pro.
Yeah, I think we think we can do it this year, and like this is my window. I got like a
I'm
2 year
saying.
window.
I asked you,
That's it.
why do you still do it?
Yeah. Well,
you just said I
here's
like
the thing, though.
You just said I like it.
Thing.
Like you didn't say you were going for your pro card. You're like, oh, I like it. Well, that's fucking.
Well, here's the thing. I never thought about the pro card until a year ago. Right. I was just like, it was something that people would tell me, and I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I just do it because I love doing it. When football and wrestling ended for me, that was the same situation as you. Played football from the time I was in 3rd grade all the way through, and then I wrestled from the time I was like 8 all the way through. And wrestling, not just wrestling for a season. No. I wrestled USA Wrestling, went to nationals, 2 different divisions, Greco and freestyle, right? Then he got into high school and wrestled, and now I'm wrestling high school season and the USA Wrestling season afterwards, and all the way into July, right? So when that all ended, I didn't have anything for a couple of years, and all I did was party. And as soon as I got back in the gym and started doing shit, I said, I'll never stop doing this again, because I forgot how much I loved doing it. And if I can't compete with anybody else, I'll compete with myself. And then I started powerlifting again. The shoulder was good enough. I tried it. It lasted for about 3 years, and then it went to shit on me again. So I said, let's try this bodybuilding thing, right? This looks fucking easy. I've always been a fan of it. And I realized how hard it was once I started doing it with the meal prep and everything else and stuff. Yeah. Then I just loved it. I loved it. And I was like, well, I like the structure of it, so I'm going to continue doing this. And then I competed. And then I competed again. And then I competed again. I kept getting better, right? And I kept getting better and better and better and learning more. And now it's to the point where I don't know what the fuck I would do without it. I honestly don't know what I would do with myself without it.
For the gym, are you talking about? Which one?
Both.
Yeah. See, like for me, and this is me being a pro bodybuilder, I could do without bodybuilding. I cannot do without the gym.
Without the gym, right?
But some people, I know guys that will flat out like pro bodybuilders that will flat out tell me I wouldn't be in the gym if I wasn't a bodybuilder. Like,
the injury,
I fell in love with fucking working out. Some people don't. Some people just work out because they're like, this. I have to because this is what I do.
Sure.
I fucking thrive on going to the gym. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Up like tonight, training with that kid, like watching him throw up. I was like, good.
It's my off day today, and this is me after I got drop my kids off and stuff. I'm sitting here waiting.
I keep looking at my hands.
I'm going like this. I'm going, what the fuck do I do? Like, I don't know what to do with myself. I've got shit to do around the house. I'm doing it, but I'm like, I don't want to do this. I just want to go to the gym. I'd rather be doing that right now than sitting here doing this at any point in time. But when that got taken away, right, I didn't reach the mountaintop for myself doing that. So the next chapter, right? Let's find something to occupy my time that's still competitive. I can compete with other people, but I'm more competing with myself, right? I'm setting goals. I'm still getting somewhere. Now that I've gotten close, and it took a few people telling me, no. You can turn pro if you want to in the next 2 years. You're just going to have to, but it's going to have to happen quick because you're not getting any younger. And when like Derek Lunsford sat me down, like I was back in October, and said, I don't think you realize how good you can be if you just fucking do it. And Justin tells me the same thing all the time. I was like, okay. And I start looking at these guys that are turning pro as masters competitors, and I'm like, I can beat these fucking guys, right? It's like, so am I going to be a good pro? Fuck no. But do I reach the mountaintop and I say, cross that one off the fucking list as now I have reached the pinnacle of what I can do as an amateur?
Yeah.
And then if I just do it and I say, hey, now I'm good, I'm at peace with it, I've finally crossed something off that I say I've reached the top. Because I never reached the top where I wanted to be in anything else.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a driving force now. This is like, if
Well,
this happens this year.
Answer I get now. When you first said, "Oh, because I like it," I'm like, "You're fucking."
Dude, I love it. I love it.
No. But if you didn't have an end to it and just say,
no, yeah. No,
like,
you're not going to see me 70 fucking years old competing still. That's not.
That's what I was like. That's why you're doing it.
I won't be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy at Masters Nationals at 70 years old. You know,
like,
skin hanging off of me like in a front lax. That's not me. No, I'm not going to do that. Eventually, I'll quit. The gym will never go away. I will train until the day I die, just because I love it so much, and it's the only thing I really do anymore that's active. Like, you know, I can't fucking run, right? I can't do that anymore.
I fucking did that wrestling thing with PJ, and I was fucking doing crazy shit in the fucking wrestling ring.
Well, the boxing match wasn't a boxing match, or no, it was pro wrestling.
PJ wrestled. We did they were like teaching us real WWE shit, and I was like fucking going crazy in the ring.
I didn't realize PJ was in that good of shape until I saw that.
Yeah. He's banged up too. I trained with him for fucking ever coming up. I met him back in 2001. I've known him for 20 years.
Jesus.
I keep looking, dude. I really think I know you're gonna. I think I broke my fucking hand
Today.
My hand is fucking. I don't know if you see me keep going like this.
Just put some ice on it.
It feels so fucking swollen, and like when I go to close it, like I feel like I have zero strength in it.
Yeah, you should put some ice on it now because the swelling brings the immune response.
This was all day.
It doesn't matter.
I'm like, what, dude? I don't know what I did. Like I didn't hit. I didn't hit it. I didn't punch anything.
You're almost 40, man. That's what you did.
Brittle bones.
Fucking walk around. I could be walking down the hallway, and all of a sudden my knee tweaks a little bit, and I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? You know,
yeah.
I can hack squat 8 plates per side, but I can't walk down the fucking hallway without hurting myself. My body's just not conditioned to do anything.
My shin hurt for 3 weeks so far. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
What?
My shins hurt for 3 weeks. I have no idea why. I think it's because my glute's sore. And that's the quadruple. That's the best we can come up with between me and an entire team of massage therapists.
Really? Yeah. You have flat feet?
Yeah, on the left side. My lower body just took a shit on me about 2 weeks ago. I was basically this off season. I put an inch on my legs, which is funny because Fuad said in that episode recently, you can't grow legs after 40. And I was all like just crushed about it for like 2 days. And then I was like, wait a minute, I put an inch on my legs and I'm over 40. And it's like the only thing that grew this year is my legs. I was like, I'll take it, man. If you can grow legs, I mean, fuck, that's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, I just try to maintain what I got at this point. Like, my arms aren't, after my surgery, my arms aren't going to really grow that much because the biceps got cut. So it is what it is.
Sure. Yeah.
You know.
Well, at this point, you know, when you're put together with bubble gum and duct tape, there's only so much you can do.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about your physique at 202 this year, though.
I was fucking, listen, I'm not going to fucking sit here and suck my own dick because I'm not that guy, but I can fucking say with a straight face that there's not a lot of fucking people that can rattle off what I went through and fucking turn around and go, I made it to the Olympia, regardless of where I placed, peeled out of my mind. Yeah. Like, there is zero way I should have been on that fucking stage at all. No chance on fucking God's green earth should I have made it.
Right. No, it's not only that, but I mean, like, the whole fuck up of it is when Combinator went back and did side-by-sides comparing you and Derek to validate, to invalidate your claim that you should have gotten 4th or 5th. But by the end of his video,
I saw it. He actually said that he
actually changed his mind because he went into it assuming that he was going to make you call you on your shit, and it turned out you were right. And I went into it looking at like, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Now, this is something that somebody doesn't know, and I've said this. I think I'm on my fucking hand. It feels like I got stung by a bee. Like it just feels fat. I can't explain it. Like if you shook my hand right now, you'd be like, why are you shaking my hand like a pussy? Like I can't
grip it.
Yeah, dude, I feel like I can't close it. So at the Olympia, I just think somebody along the line just kind of forgot that I was there. And I mean that because if you actually pull up the fucking video, right? This is how it happened. First call out. There was, I think, 5 or 6 guys. I don't know how many were in that first call out. Okay. Now, it was, Derek, it was Sean, it was Kamal, it was a couple other guys, whatever. Now, the second call out, they called out like another 5 or 6 guys, right? Then before they started hitting poses, they go, oh, and Guy. They bring me out. I'm on the fucking, if I'm staring at the audience, I'm on the left side. They take me from the left. They start moving me towards the center.
Right.
Stay there for a couple poses. They start moving me out. They take us off. They do a third call out with all like the rest of like the, like whatever it was, like 12 through whatever, however, 18th, whatever. Then they bring every competitor back on stage and they do a huge second call out. So they brought like people that were in the first call out and people that were in the second call out, and it was like fucking 10 of them on stage posing, and fucking they got drilled for like fucking 10 minutes. So now I'm sitting on stage going, everybody in the second call out's out there, and I'm not. And there's guys in the first call out that are out there. So I had to, in my head, my brain is going, I worked my way back up into the first call out, so we're back here. I'm going to get called out. That's the only fucking logical thing that was in my head, because I was like, I wasn't in the third call out, and I was in the first call out, and they brought me to the center, and then they brought me back. And that they've done that before, because they go, move me to the center. All right, we have you win this call out. Get you out of the way.
Get you out of the way. Right.
So then they do a final call out, and it was George Peterson, Kamal, Sean, and they brought Derek out. And then they fucking go, goodbye. And I was like, everybody got looked at twice besides me. So I go back to my room, and I'm not mad. I'm like disappointed in myself, but I'm not mad. And I was like, Chris, what do you think? He goes, 12th, 15th. He's like, who fucking knows?
Right. And
I go, not top 10, right? He's like, no. Because if you're top 10, right?
You need the second call out.
You'd have been in one of
you're
been
top
both
10,
those.
you go out on stage, and all you do is you hit one shot, and you walk off, right? If you're top 5, you do your routine, and they will do confirmation of scoring, top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I go back to the night show. Now, I shower all my shit off, right? Because I'm like, I got my ass kicked. So I shower my stuff off. I don't even eat because, like, when you do disappointed, I'm not hungry. Why am I hungry? I'm not nothing to be excited.
Right.
So I'm in my hotel room and I'm just fucking laying down and I'm like, Chris, what do you want me to do? He's like, eat if you want to eat. I'm like, you want me to take any diet? He's like, no, just, don't drink a lot. I said, yeah, fine. So we go back to the night show. I'm like, let me get just a coat of tan on just in case we got to hit a shot. Like, whatever. They bring all of us back out. So I get a tan. And I brought 0 food backstage with me. Now, people can say this is fucking your fault for not doing this, but anybody that's done as many bodybuilding shows as I've done, I can pretty much tell you the way a show is going to go based on the fucking call-outs. Like,
right.
It's just fucking textbook at my age. I've been competing since I was 21. I'm 39. I'm fucking been doing this for 18 years. I know what I'm doing, you know? And that I brought no food with me, no nothing, 0. And they call out top 10. And they fucking call my number. And I go up to the expediter and I go, are you serious? And he's like, just swear to God. The guy, Andy, I go, Andy, are you serious? He was like, yeah, you're top 10. I go, just like this. I go, how? No way. The math even makes sense. Like, no matter how you break down the call outs, no way I should have been in top 10. So now here I am. Right? No fucking, I have one light coat of tan on. I haven't eaten in about 6 hours. So now I'm like, all right, we're just going to go out and we're going to, like, the top 5, we're going to get compared. And then the bottom 5, we're just going to hit poses like we always do. We walk off. Now they tell me they're fucking comparing you guys. They're doing comparisons again. So I'm like, I got no fucking tan on. I have
got no food.
6 hours. I was 0 prepared for this. So that's probably why I ended up in 10th, because if I actually did what I fucking would have done, I would have easily been closer to like top 5, top 6, in my opinion. But I just looked like dog shit at night because I didn't do anything. So I was like, You know, and then I actually had dinner with somebody, and I was like, this is what happened. And he was like, I don't know.
Yeah, they forgot you were there.
That's the only thing. I think I should stop shaving my fucking beard off the day before, like the week of the show.
Right.
Because I know I didn't look my biggest, but I thought I looked pretty fucking damn good.
Oh, you're conditioned. I mean, that's not the issue there, right?
You know, I mean, I know the size wasn't there.
What's your normal stage weight for you in the last 5 years?
208, 207.
Okay, so you're about 5 or 6 pounds lighter than normal.
So do you have?
That's all up here, and that's all up here.
Yeah,
it's all up top. Yeah.
Do you have to do like a peak week to lose water for that 208, or do you try to fill out after being depleted to grow into 208? What do you do exactly?
Bro, it's so weird because like I was literally holding my fucking weight at like 207 for fucking weeks.
Okay.
And then he really just, it's crazy. It's almost like my body at this point in time, when it's the week of the show, it almost like knows what it has to do, because I will literally not change anything and just start dropping fucking weight.
I've had that happen with myself.
Weirdest fucking thing. And people be like, why did you lose so much weight before your show? You were looking so full around. And I'm like, I didn't fucking change anything. It's like your body just knows, like, I don't know if it's like the chemicals that react a certain way in your body at a certain point when it's like that close to the show that makes it know. But for some reason, I just start fucking plummeting. And when I start plummeting, I can't stop it.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird, because that's what's happened to me this past month or so, is my body thinks I've got a show. And no matter how much I eat, I'm just losing weight. I went from 220 to 205, even though I kept increasing the food. So this is like, it's totally off right now.
Are you increasing good food or shit food?
It's chicken and rice. I stopped eating the food. I just put it in a blender with water, and I just make it into
he drinks chicken shakes all day.
I just drink chicken shakes all fucking day.
That's what I say too.
8 to 10 chicken shakes a day.
Fuck, man.
And you want to talk about quality of life? I feel like I listen to Metallica 1 and it doesn't make me sad anymore.
Dude, I got bad.
It doesn't make me sad anymore.
Now it's just kind of like, yeah, I guess it could be worse. Okay, that's sweet.
Bro, what are you doing?
What?
Dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Dude, if I had to do does that make me a bad person? Like
I can't do it.
Nobody does what I do.
Fuck that. No,
Nobody
I gotta eat
it.
Like he can't eat enough.
Flex
That's the problem.
That last off season, because he was calling me. He's like, "Yeah, mate, fucking in the blender with the ketchup." I'm like, "Stop, bro. I'm gonna fuck."
It's just stop.
I'm like, just the chicken with the ketchup alone makes me want to throw up. And then in the
blender. Come out, Flex with Lewis.
Yeah,
he loves his ketchup, man.
Oh, dude. We argue. I'm like, bro, stop putting it on fucking everything. He puts it on every fucking thing.
I bet his daughter does too. I bet he passes her the ketchup because she probably does everything.
Oh, Addie?
Yeah.
I'm going here on Friday. I'm staying at his house. His gym opening. I gotta.
March 27th.
Yeah, Saturday.
I'm such a nerd. I know this shit. I don't live within 3,000 miles of the guy, but I know when his gym's opening.
You should go.
It's $130 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
I better get a free key card. I'm a fuck.
Austin Cars are up there training before it opens. I'm jealous. This is
time
to get even bigger. Yeah.
Dominic Cardone's out there training on there too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Is he living out there?
Yeah, Dominic lives out there.
Okay.
So does Austin. They live in Vegas.
Okay.
Well, it makes sense Austin would.
When did Dominic move? He was in New York forever, right?
Like a year ago. Yeah, he was still living in Brooklyn until like a year ago.
Okay. Where did he move with that girl? He was with that girl for a while, right?
I have no idea. I listen because him and Justin have that podcast with Joe Bindley, so I'll listen to that and stuff. And
you want to laugh?
He moved like a year ago, I think.
I listen to no podcasts. Is that bad?
Well, not really, because you're on the #1 podcast.
Did you really think it is?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Like
I mean, like,
75,000 fucking views on
Okay, so
every episode. Yeah.
let's put things in perspective here for a minute, okay?
Just so you guys know, if you guys think I'm doing this to get like I literally, when I tell you I don't pay attention, like I just do what I do, and I don't look at any of the. I'll look at some of the comments just because they're fucking hilarious, but other than that, I don't really pay attention to much. I just do what I do and call it a day.
From the outside looking in, okay, so supposedly Dave Palumbo felt so threatened he had to come out with the #1 most watched blah blah, right? The crowd. It's like what demographic of the gym community is actually watching, right? I think that Fuad's podcast pull in the intermediate, advanced, and professional lifters. Whereas a lot of the Dave Palumbo crowd are like the nerds who just want to take a bunch of drugs and not lift weights and grow muscles. That's a lot of the over 40 crowd that would watch like Anabolic Doc.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Whereas Fuad pulls in real bodybuilders and bodybuilding enthusiasts.
So which of his, you don't have, I'm just wondering. So which podcast do you like of his? Because he's got what? He's got a couple.
I watch his interviews. I watch Bro Chad, of course, and I watch Bodybuilding and Bollocks. And I don't think I've ever missed an episode of Bro Chat. I've never missed an episode of Bodybuilding and Bollocks.
Now, can you tell the difference between Bodybuilding and Bollocks and Bro Chat?
Well, one is two New Jersey guys, and one is 2 to 3 British guys.
He got Ian and the Brits on one, and they got the Wops on the other.
I know. I know.
The redcoats are coming. The redcoats are coming.
It's fucking funny, man. Because
you should call it Paisan Chat instead.
Yeah, because Paul's on there too. And he's
Sometimes Paul goes on there.
Like
Paul.
He's all like this when he's getting ready.
Because he's trying to figure out how to
unmute it. Turn dials.
Like that.
Yeah, with glasses here, he's all like.
It's fucking hilarious. Uncle Paul.
Yeah, I get fucking people. I get people come up to me more. We're in a group chat. It's funny because our fucking group chat on WhatsApp is called Bro Chat, and what the fuck? But it's funny because it's like more people. Like people would be like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" Like, or your guy, and now it's like, "You're the guy from Bro Chat, right?" And I'm like,
right? They don't realize you've been a pro bodybuilder for fucking
it's
12
just
years.
like. But it's funny. The one coming out, we did one last night, and it's funny because like they start talking about like relationships, and like half the episode, I'm like, you guys need a Rimadex because you guys are a bunch of pussies. I can't take this talk anymore.
Oh, dude, did you see the fight between Fuad and Ben over if their girlfriends would be allowed to have coffee with another man? It was like a 2-hour fight in front of a guest. It's like and it's kind of like Fuad's points make perfect sense, and Ben's points make sense, but Ben and Ian are on one side, and then James and Fuad on the other side. I'm like, all right.
Well, there was a conversation. So he asked us the question: if a girl was having like sexual conversations through DM and flirting with another guy, would we rather that be going on for a little bit or her just have a drunken one-night stand? And fucking Ian was like, drunken one-night stand. I was like, what? I was like, I don't want another dick.
I don't like my options.
Yeah, I mean,
Can't you see? What's C?
Yeah, C is break her phone and then block her.
That's why Bro Chat's funny. There's no C.
I know there is.
No, I know.
Either find a loophole in the question, which I usually fail to do, or you have to answer it horribly.
The reason that's so funny is because Luke was so brilliant at the loophole. He'd be like, I cloned myself, and then the other me has the one that stand with her. And then be like, oh, dude, fucking, he broke this one too. And then
that's because Fuad tries to do that. I go, don't you try to loop me.
Right. He's the best at that shit. And then Luke would always find a loophole.
Yeah, try to fucking loophole Luke. Like, don't try to do that to me.
No. No.
But yeah,
So the funny thing is you got one dude with 12 years, one dude with a 17-year marriage, and then one dude with a 2-year marriage and one dude with a 1-year marriage. And I'm like, you guys can't realize that they've got 27 years over here. You've got 3 years between the two of you. Maybe they're right.
yeah.
Maybe that you don't let your wife hang out with other dudes or have deep emotional relationships with other dudes because that's how they've kept a girl for over 10 years. It's just never occurred to them.
I mean, listen, I am friends with girls. Like, there are girls that I am just friends with.
Sure.
And there are girls that I'm friends with that I'm like very close friends with. Like, they're like, he's my boy. And so because he's my boy and I know his girl really well. Mm-hmm. And then there's girls that I know really well and I have no fucking clue who their boys are. But it's like, do I think that exists a lot? No. And I think it's different for me because of the position that I'm in.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think when you're in an industry that's very, like, there's a lot of girls, there's a lot of guys, and, like, you know, I'm not in a position where, like, I can really be an asshole to a lot of people because you're an asshole to somebody that kind of trickles down and, you know, you're an asshole to one person and the next thing you know, everybody thinks you're an asshole.
Right. It's going to spread like wildfire. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, I watch those. I watch Ron and Dusty's too all the time. That one's fucking funny. Dusty cracks me up.
Dusty's fucking funny.
Dusty's really funny. You know what's funny is that Dusty, if you watch some of his old videos and stuff that he put out from like 5 years ago, and they're pretty bland and boring and straightforward and stuff. And now you listen to Dusty's videos and he's cracking jokes the whole fucking time and in his own little monotone way. He's completely
got a dry sense of humor.
Oh, extremely. But even then, he had probably that, but you wouldn't let you see it. Now it's like because of the podcast, the last 2 years, now all of a sudden you get to see it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. Now they fucking come out of their shell a little bit.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because, you know, I've been doing one of these things for 7 years now. And it's like the way that people want you to market yourself is like, here's your gimmick, and you use this gimmick, and then there's certain parts of your personality that facilitate and prop up your gimmick, and other parts of your personality which downplay your gimmick. It's like, so since you're a doctor, let's put glasses on you, and you shouldn't swear, and you should have a collar. And it was like those videos did shit. Like they were terrible. No one watched them. No one liked them. And then I would just wear a baseball cap, grow a beard, and start swearing. And then all of a sudden, I got 10 times viewership. And it was kind of like, okay, well, this is just a fluke. It's like, it's not a fluke. It's entertaining and real. So they're not going to think I'm full of shit about the drugs because they think I'm honest.
Yeah.
And especially if you're like Dusty has a lot of self-deprecating humor. He's the first to make fun of himself and make fun of the joke.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore it's like, well, if this dude's willing to be unabashedly shameless in regards to picking on himself and showing humility, even modesty, then he's certainly not going to trump up the few times he does say something positive about himself, or he's not going to be blowing smoke up our ass about training or nutrition or that, because those guys that are afraid of looking weak are the same ones that are afraid of looking wrong. But if you're not afraid to look weak or vulnerable, then you're not afraid to say, I don't know. And so when you say what you know, people believe it.
Yeah.
Kind of like your buddy Brad Castleberry there.
I don't know. I'm so detached from that shit. Like, there's so much I don't know. Like, I see stuff like, did he really start like an OnlyFans? I'm just asking. Like, I saw that he had OnlyFans, but like, somebody sent me that, and I'm like, is that true? Is that like a joke? I would think it's a joke.
I still laugh at his 2.5 pound plates that are the size of a 45.
Oh God,
it's fake weights.
Dude, the first and only time I ever used fake weights was in Cali when I was shooting for Muscular Development, 2008 when I turned pro. I was in the gym. We were doing squats, and Mike Liberatore. It was me, Mike Liberatore, Mark Alvisi, and Ed Nunn. And I forget who the fuck it was. And they're like, "Yo, Cisternino." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Put this 45 on," and they fucking rocketed it back and threw it, and my heart fucking sank because I was like, "This crazy motherfucker," and I caught it, and I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, fucking serious? And they're like, yeah, you idiot. I was like, this is what you guys use? They're like, you squatting 405 after a show? I'm like, I was planning on it. They're like, no. I was like, okay. But yeah, so there are plates that look extremely fucking real that are fucking nothing.
Yeah. Bumper. They're like a bumper plate, basically.
Yeah.
When did Alvisi turn pro in 2009? At the
the year after he took second.
Was he second or was he first heavyweight?
No, because at nationals you have to win. Back
He
then.
was USA. He was Mr. USA.
Yeah, but at nationals in 08.
Oh,
second.
he got second at that national, 2008 national. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Back then, they didn't give first place. They didn't give pro cards to
first
second.
and second, right?
It's only first.
Oh, I remember how stingy they were. I remember quite well. Yes, I remember my first place back when we were not important, and I got nothing.
North Americans.
Yeah, 2008 or whatever, 2012. When
now
it
all the winners get a pro card, right?
No,
not North American.
It's top four. Top four in the overall.
Can you hear that?
What?
Can you hear him snoring? Mm-mm. Listen. Just listen. Listen how loud he is. Right?
I don't hear it.
No. Oh. Hold on.
I did.
Dude, literally, he was snoring the entire time he was talking. It was driving me fucking insane. And I'm like, I can't believe these guys can hear this fucking. It sounds like dude, there's times I'm sleeping at night and I'll wake up and I'll be like, dang, shut the fuck up. We're so fucking loud.
Yeah.
We need a puppy CPAP.
Oh. I sleep with a CPAP too.
Yeah, one.
Me too. It's funny that we all
need
have
one,
the
but I don't
same
have one.
CPAP because Fuad told us it's the Panasonic Dream, whatever.
I've had my fucking CPAP, dude, for forever. Yeah. Ever. I actually had surgery on my throat because I had sleep apnea so bad.
Yeah, I probably should go get one. I had a sleep study for one a couple of years ago, and they said I needed one, but I just never took it any further.
You'll take easily 5 years off your life if you don't get one.
Your blood pressure alone will go down like 20 points. Well, the blood pressure issues you get from not breathing can't be treated with pills.
Yeah, like
my blood pressure is perfect. I can be on all the gear in the world.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, but the problem is that you all, even on a blood panel might be fine, but the stress you're putting on your heart because you're not sleeping right, and you're like me, like I sleep 3.5 hours a night, maybe 4. Like unless I take something, I have a very hard time. Like tonight, like on my off day, so Wednesday into Thursday and Saturday into Sunday, I fucking take something to fucking knock myself fucking into next week because I need to I sleep an average of 3.5 hours a night. I don't sleep a lot, and I don't know why. They actually want me to talk to a psychiatrist because they think that I have like it's called like offset or on something with anxiety to where like your brain doesn't shut off to where like I'm not anxious in social settings. Like I don't have any anxiety. Like if you ask me what being anxious is, I'd be like, there's one maybe time I can remember being anxious, like in the gym. But other than that, if you ask me if I had anxiety, I'd be like, no. But for some reason at night, I'm like, I could be exhausted and be in bed like this.
This is a lot of people are like that. What I did to alleviate that is I stopped trying to go to sleep when people want me to go to sleep, and I go to sleep when my body wants me to sleep.
Me too. The problem is my body wants to go to sleep at like 3:00 in the morning and get up at 6, and it sucks.
Yeah. So I go to bed usually about 6 a.m. I wake up about 2 p.m. And then if I lift at midnight, I get great lifts. If I try to stick to everyone else's schedule and go to gym at like 4 p.m. or 6 p.m., I lift like shit most of the time.
Bro, what is wrong with you?
Everything. I'm very weird. I'm very, very weird. I sleep
Todd's a vampire.
Fucking 3 bags of gummy bears at fucking 11:30 at night. Your ass would be in fucking bed a little early. I wonder why you can't sleep. You're cranking your heart rate through the roof because you're on a fucking sugar high for 6 hours.
How many hours of sleep did you get today, Todd, so far? He sleeps, trust me.
11 hours.
Yeah, he sleeps. He just sleeps at different times.
Yeah, I sleep.
He probably slept 10 hours and took 2 naps.
Yeah, I put a chicken shake next to the toilet.
So disgusting. So everything wasn't being recorded just to show how bad I would fucking die for that amount of sleep. But because this is going to be publicized, I'm not saying.
So I have a chicken shake next to the toilet, and every time I pee in the middle of the night.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna fucking throw up. I'm gonna fucking throw up. I can butcher deer, stab pigs, but
drink a chicken shake. No thanks.
Oh man,
dude, I'm so good.
The kid puking, and I walked outside, and he starts puking. I'm like,
"You're done." Yeah.
I'm like,
oh my god.
Yeah. And I did that Monday. I threw up Monday after legs, and it made me want to throw up again because I looked at it. And I'm like, fuck, I had to do it again. I had to like.
Dude, I've thrown up one time from training, and then I did the podcast a couple weeks ago, and fucking sitting there after training legs. I'm like, I don't fucking feel so hot. But then I went back and watched the podcast and noticed that like 15 minutes before I threw up, I was drinking like pounding the water, and then I was pounding this thing. I was sipping my coffee. I had a dip in. So I think I just overdid the fucking fluids because I was so dehydrated because it's always leg day it was usually on Tuesday, but it was on Wednesday. So I was coming back from legs, literally jumping on the podcast. And I think I just trained legs really hard and just was dehydrated and smashed down so much fluids that my stomach just was like regurgitated it.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could be like last time we did this and you peed into 3 different shaker cups and then drank it.
I totally forgot about that. I was like, that's actually on your channel.
I still have the picture somewhere.
You're like
you sent me. I'm like, you did not. You sent me the picture, and like 30 seconds later, ching! What the fuck? And I sent it to him and Tommy.
Oh,
dude, it's like, how do you fucking pee while making eye contact and we don't notice? And then you hear about these CEOs and executives who jerk off during Zoom meetings, and no one knew. And it's until they did, and then everyone knows. So it's a fine line between pulling it off. It's like Ocean's 14. It's like it's Great Heist, and then you get caught. Or I guess it should be Ocean's 6.5.
What is it? The inside job, the inside man, the one with Denzel.
What?
The inside was the inside job, or inside the one with Denzel?
Oh, I'm drawing a blank. I don't think I saw that one.
Really?
I've seen every Denzel movie. I am quite a fan.
Hold on.
I would say Man of Fire is my favorite.
No.
Hombre de Fuego because it's in Mexico City, but Greasy, Man of Fire is the best. That is the best Denzel movie.
Yeah, Inside Man. It's got Denzel in it.
Well, I'm watching it. I mean, that's what's happening tonight.
About like when
looking at it right now.
When the fucking guy does like,
I'm doing
saying fucking ruin it.
Don't ruin it. I'm gonna see it.
He's gonna be up. He'll be up until 7 o'clock in the morning. So he's gonna watch it twice now. Movie.
I don't know. Maybe I was in jail for that period of time. It's funny how the world just keeps turning when you're locked up.
That came out when you were cheating on your diet with cat food and dog food.
No, it's just dog food, not cat food.
Wait, what?
Okay. Yeah. So there's this 0 carb diet I was on one year, and I couldn't help but notice how good the dog food smelled. And I would, like, in the middle of the night, I would sneak downstairs.
I need therapy.
And I need all types of therapy. I just would go from one therapist room to the next. It would be like musical therapy where I would just, it'd be like school. Where it's like I'm in one room for 45 minutes and then I go to the next room down the hall. All right. So I would go into the pantry in the middle of the night while my wife was asleep and my dog, because I didn't want him to catch me either. And I could go into the pantry just to smell the food, but the dog food smelled so good. And I found myself eating the green pieces of dog food out of the pedigree. And it didn't occur to me till later, way later, that the rice was green because meat isn't green. So it's just food coloring on rice made it green. So I was so low on carbs, I could smell the rice in the dog food down the stairs and would go like a missile to go get it in the middle of the night. Where I would eat a green dog food piece. Because I felt like I wasn't cheating on my diet because it was dog food, and I'm a person.
Yeah, I would just work a desk job. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are better than me. I'll admit it.
Dude, trust me, practicing medicine was way worse than the worst bodybuilding prep, unless you're doing prep while you're working. I did prep on labor and delivery, and I did prep in the ER, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible. The labor and delivery was interesting because I had cardio to do, and we were next to a cemetery, so I would run the hill in my scrubs in the cemetery, hit cardio up and down the hill, and I'd have my pager with me.
You imagine seeing your doctor outside
and
fucking delivering kids
in the cemetery.
And it was, hold on, and then
it's your doctor. He's getting steps in between your fucking
he's in the cemetery. He's visiting all the people he couldn't save.
When the lady dilates to 3 centimeters, I would have the nurse text me on my pager, and it'd be like 3 centimeters, and then I would sprint back, deliver, go back, and do more cardio. And I would just do that for it was 24-hour call, 7 days a week for a month. I literally said bye to my wife, just went to work, and then I would have an hour during the middle of the day I could go to the gym. So I'd either be sleeping, doing cardio, or lifting, or eating.
Delivering babies.
By that point, it was chicken breast, 12 egg whites for breakfast, a third of a cup of oatmeal, and 2 Splenda packets. And then the rest of the day was 10 chicken breasts. That was the whole diet.
So as a doctor,
you thought this was a good idea.
You think drinking your food is fucking smart?
What? Define smart.
Like you think your body's like, you think your body. Do you think it's healthy to drink your food rather than chew it and let your body digest? You're going to say it's all the same shit.
Oh, you're going to love this story if you thought the last one was a hoot. All right, so I was force feeding myself food.
Wait, were you really in jail too?
Let's not talk about that.
I'm like, dude, you got a great life. You got to write a book.
Dude, if I wrote a book, no one would believe it. They'd be like, this guy's lying. It's too colorful. I would have to be dead.
You guys hear about labor and delivery, then you're like, oh, when you were locked away, I'm like, wait, what? My head.
So what I found is that I was puking after every meal. I would eat until I puked, and then I would wait until I wasn't nauseous again to try to force more food down.
Sounds logical, but continue.
Well, one day I was puking up a lot of blood, and by a lot of blood, it was concerning even for me. And so I was like, all right, so I either have a Mallory-Weiss tear, which is basically an abrasion on the esophagus or the fundus of the stomach that will result in some bright red blood, but no like lethal hemorrhaging. Or it's Boerhaave, which is where a hole is punctured all the way through the esophagus and you bleed out into your chest cavity through your throat and your heart gets crushed and you just die. So I was like, one happens in 20 minutes and one doesn't happen at all. So let's just sit here and see how long I got. So I watched 40 minutes of an episode of Supernatural, and I was like, oh, I'm still alive. So it must be Mallory Weiss tear. So I was like, that means that I've got to just give my throat a rest, no more puking, and stick to liquid foods. Because normally a Mallory Weiss tear is found in alcoholics, that they drink until they puke so much that they eventually erode the esophagus until they start actually puking up blood on a regular.
Yeah.
So what I did is I decided to start my experimentation process on how to blend chicken and rice. And I just wrote an article about this. After 1 year of chicken and rice only meals, 9 months, I've got this down to a science. Like it actually tastes good. Like I'm actually good at it. Like I'm like the Gordon Ramsay of liquid meals. Like every old person in every nursing home would fucking love me if I was their stuff. But
no,
you can't convince me either. It's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing. If you
He's
put that in
told
front
me
of me,
how he makes it, I'm like, no.
If you blended chicken and rice and put it in front of me, I smack you right across your mouth.
Well, I don't grow as fast
with the shaker.
I don't grow as fast as everyone else. I have a hard time putting on muscle, so I have to do whatever it takes, and that's
I'll say this: there's I never pushed a lot of limits when it came to certain fucking PEDs, or just in general. I just didn't push the threshold. I just never wanted to. But one thing I can say as a bodybuilder that I definitely slacked on is that if I'm not hungry, I don't eat. Like I just I can't. My stomach just can't tolerate it. Like there are times where I'll literally try to pick and from 6 till 9, I'll wake up 6 times and go to the bathroom. Like my stomach just can't fucking tolerate it. And so I just stick to eating when I'm hungry, whatever the fuck it is. So like my breakfast is always the same. My second meal is always the same. My post-workout shake is always the same. And then the meal after that is always the same. And whatever happens after that meal, there's whatever it is.
Now, what about when you're cutting, though? You have no problem getting all your food in, though, right?
I usually only do 5 meals.
All right. So I end up having about 6 to 8 shakes, depending on how dilute I make them.
Oh my
and I usually throw in one food meal, too. So my body...
Like, I actually am getting anxiety listening to you talk about this.
Oh, this startles you.
Well, I'm picturing your fucking fridge just fucking mason jars of sludge, and I'm like freaking the fuck out.
Dude, there's so much more to it than that. Because, like, if you leave it after a while...
You don't make sure if he ever has my number, I'm going to block it. Like, I don't
want to see it.
No. If you ever send me a picture, I'd block I'd just be like, no, stop sending that. I feel like he'd start texting me pictures of that shit.
Oh, he doesn't do it to me because he knows better. Because I was the same thing. I'm like, no, I don't want to see it.
No, it's like if a girl's like being really annoying, I'll be like, hey, you hungry? And I would send her a picture of my shake, But like,
like you, bro. And I can dip with no problem without any gag reflux. And I think about that, and I want to literally vomit on myself.
So, yeah, I mean, what gets really bad is when like it's been sitting out for a whole day, and it starts to get sour and burn. Then you know that the bacteria are releasing their toxins and stuff to kill other predators that are in it with them.
All right, it's enough. I can't do that. No, I'm
he's got a beard too.
I'm COVID proof. I'll get stuck in the beard. Yeah, I can pick out little icicles or like.
Okay, nope, no more. No more chicken shake. No more. Everything I ate today is about to come up.
Oh God.
Oh man. That's why you need a dog, Keith.
No.
Wait, Keith, have you seen Todd do it?
Oh, he's been in my car drinking wine.
Oh, hell no. Dude, I'd be like, get out, and I'll wait for you with the door shut.
I turned around, I look, and I was like, is that a chicken shake? He goes, yeah. I'm like,
take that out of the fucking bag, and me you were going to have a fucking problem.
What's funny is I don't refrigerate them. I just bring them in a cooler with just a bunch of shakes.
Bro, how are you not dead?
Because I've been doing this for so long, I can't get food poisoning anymore. or COVID. I'm like COVID proof.
Yeah, I'm COVID proof, but that's
you're drinking fucking bad chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, bro, stop, man.
I'm the grossest person alive. Like, if Golem had a beard, they would have cast me for Lord of the Rings.
No thanks.
Yeah, I've never been a grinder fucking shake drinker downer.
But I have a hard time with food too, but I'll just push it and push it and push it. And if I have to like eat an extra meal, I'll eat an extra meal in there instead. I'll wait, or I'll add a protein shake. Right? You want to get the calories in? I'll do that.
I know people say it's not the same thing, and I agree, but I'll do a shake easily over fucking eating if I need to get food in. But I'll never ever. I'll throw food out before I fucking blend it.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't do that. That's Mike Matarazzo used to do that. His meals would be so big, and he would like fucking blend up tuna fish with stuff. It's like I'm like, how the fuck would you?
Listen, if you can do it and you don't fucking throw up and it doesn't. God bless you, but
yeah,
call me a pussy. Fine, just ain't.
Call me a pussy. I'm good. I'll be a pussy. I'm good.
Yeah,
it's so strange because I don't even understand why it would gross people out.
Bro, you really?
Yeah.
Bro, it's fucking. Think of like a baby bird chewing the food and like spitting it in like the fucking, or the mama bird chewing food and spitting it in like bird's mouth.
I'm really lazy.
Like
so
you're eating
do my food for me, I'd be like, all right, fine. But like my mom wasn't that attentive. I actually find that kind of sweet that someone goes through that. I mean, I didn't even get my shit cut up for me.
You probably wouldn't mind. There's any way to get the food down. You guys are sick.
Well,
Todd's more sick than Keith.
I'm a troubleshooter.
I just eat it normal. It's just that if it's like if I can't finish that meal or whatever, I'll come back to it 20 minutes later and I'll finish it. To finish it, like give my digestion a chance.
Right then and there, that's it.
Oh. I can wait 20 minutes. It's not going to go bad in 20 minutes, right? But
no. But if I'm not going to eat it, that means if he gets a fucking shake, I'm going to fucking smash my screen.
I'm gonna stop the show. Stop the show.
Right. So I heard you, and I will not show you, but I did get it so that you could see. But you're gonna flip the fuck out. I will leave it off screen.
I actually want to see it.
He actually wants to see it now.
Dude, that's chicken. That's chicken.
Chicken rice.
It's not. Why is it not thick?
Because I blend it good. I don't blend it like a jackass.
He puts he puts soda in it.
No, I don't.
I know you.
You're not putting Sprite in there or anything anymore.
Stop.
No.
You put soda in that shit?
I don't, but I could. I could very easily.
So you're gonna drink that?
If you would like, I will demonstrate. Oh, it's so delicious.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, stop.
Fantastic. I can feel my muscles swelling by the second.
Bro, you need to talk to somebody after this podcast. You need to see somebody, bro. That's not okay.
I'm just gonna title this "Chicken Shakes."
It's just about
chicken shakes.
I got to do whatever it takes to win, and there's nothing else.
I mean, I give it to you. You turn pro eating chicken shakes, so
there is a lot. Oh, yeah, it's just once you've sacrificed everything, then there's nothing to hold you back.
I guess so, bro. But yeah, not going there. Yeah.
No. Oh, okay.
Just like a mattress, a TV, a Fire Stick to watch Netflix, a blender, and a fridge, and a
plate,
air fryer.
Utensils, you sick fuck.
No.
He doesn't need them.
I don't need shit. I basically need shaker cups, an air fryer, a rice cooker, and a blender.
Air fryer for what are you air frying?
The chicken to make it cooked. You could do other things. You could boil it if you really wanted to. It doesn't matter what the chicken tastes like or its texture, if you overcook it or undercook it, because once it meets those blades, there's none of it left. It's just turns into like milk in the water. It's the rice that gives it a texture. So you gotta make sure the rice is nice and fluffy, because otherwise, if the rice is kind of crunchy, it'll sediment to the bottom, and it's like silica beads. But if the rice is like really fluffy and warm when it goes in, then it actually absorbs more water and it gives it a nice creamy texture. I figured this shit out.
All right, I'm done.
I'm like the
I'm
gourmet
done.
Ramsay of the retirement home.
Are you married?
No, I won't be at this rate.
Do you have a girlfriend?
This is the mouth that would have to be kissed, is the chicken shake orifice. The intake valve for the chicken shake is the kissing mouth. So
Yeah, bro. There's a lot of other things I would do besides kiss your mouth.
well, I would hope so.
No, I'm saying if I was a girl.
Oh, well, that's a good qualifier.
I'm not saying
We're
that.
going down a very
If I was a girl,
2020
man,
road
like,
with that one.
I would probably
So-
like, if I was a chick, I would probably like lick a piece of dog shit before I kissed you.
Which one's worse, the chicken shake? Talking about chicken shakes or Nick's butthole shit?
No, I'll talk about butthole all day. All day.
Chicken shake. Yeah, this is
So
worse.
I'm grosser than Nick Walker. That should be a T-shirt. That his is Buttman, and I was like, I'm grosser than Buttman.
Nick would look at you and go, "What?"
You do what?
Oh man, you know what's funny is I actually watch Fuad's cooking channel. I don't use any of the tricks, but it's interesting to see what other people eat.
Oh, dude.
Or like watching Chris Bumstead's cooking channel when it's pre-contest, because he'll have like cauliflower spaghetti noodles, and I was like, dude, that dude loves his food, because it's like some gourmet contest prep cooking shit right here.
Listen, if I had somebody cook me a meal every time, I'd probably eat every fucking 2 hours. But the fact that I gotta prepare
Cook
it,
it yourself. Yeah.
this is fucking-
Oh, I'm lazy when I cook. I like it's rice cooker, crock pot, pan, go. It all gets done all at once, and then and I just dump everything in Tupperwares and I'm done. I'm not gonna take any time. It's all bland. None of it's fucking seasoned. I will put salt and pepper on it, and that is it, and we're good. I'm not taking all that fucking time to do that. It's serving a purpose. If I want something good, I'll go eat it from someplace else.
Yeah.
You know, I'll let them cook it for me.
Yeah. I'm the same one. I mean, I heat up most of my food in a pan. I don't use a microwave. I hate the fucking microwave. That's one thing I won't do. I hate my food in the microwave. Hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
I do
So
just
call me a
because
Steve. I
it's quicker.
like when I travel, I'll bring like a fucking hot plate with me and cook my shit in the pan.
Sure.
You know, I just don't. I don't care. Like I don't like microwave meat.
Yeah, after it's been reheated and it gets tougher, and it's like, yeah.
Like if I'm not, I don't have a big appetite to begin with. I can't eat it when it fucking tastes like shoe leather. You know.
If I had more time, I'd do that, but I don't have time to do it.
When your meat does get too tough, what you could always do is stick it in a blender.
Don't fucking go there with the blender.
Bro, there's not
Enough.
there's not a scenario that you're gonna fucking tell me.
You know what's funny is I've had a lot of girls tell me that.
Like, drink a shake or you're gonna die. Like that's the only time I'm gonna be like, I'll drink it.
All right, that just sounds like a challenge.
And then you're probably gonna have to think about it for a second, right?
Like now, I've got another goal in life is to get Guy to drink a chicken shake.
Bro, write me a check for fucking like a decent amount of money. I'll do it.
Now I got to be more creative than
Other than
that.
that, there's zero. There's no appealability, if that's a word, to that at all. It does not appeal to me anyway.
Oh.
It's almost transcendent because you no longer have one of the basic needs of humans. You're like RoboCop. You just get baby
Like,
food.
doing what you're doing, like what protein powder is. You're turning it into a fucking shake. Like, just buy like whole food, like fucking meal replacement powders.
I don't digest them the same. I feel that even when you buy pre-made meal replacement powders and are made of what on the label are extremely wholesome ingredients, whatever they do to it to get it in that container and make it have shelf life does not work in the intestines the same way as fresh chicken and rice does.
I get that.
Believe me, if I could just throw money at a problem and hope it goes away, I would probably do that. But I found that sometimes stuff takes my actual attention, and getting bigger actually takes attention from me.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Elon built spaceships. I build small muscles.
Small muscles.
Well, I'm not big. Well, it's like
I'm in the small muscle club. I'm fucking a member.
It's like they're like, wait, you're a pro bodybuilder? I was like, I know, I'm not big. It's about quality, not quantity. Sometimes.
I tell people I've beaten a lot of guys I shouldn't have beaten. So
it's not just about how big they are; it's about how you flex them, right?
Yeah. Or how to fucking outflex them.
Yeah.
So, Todd, have you figured out when your pro debut is going to be?
The Atlanta, the Shylanta.
The Shylanta Pro.
Shylanta Pro.
When is that?
It's supposed to be the Chicago Pro.
23rd.
July?
Yeah.
July.
Chicago Pro in Atlanta, the Shylanta.
I'm doing July 9th.
Right, in Colombia, which just sounds terrifying to me because I don't know, man. I don't know. That doesn't sound scary. I watched Narcos too many times, and I don't want.
Come take me. Give me a reason.
That's pretty much it. I'm like afraid. I'm not afraid to drink chicken, but I'm afraid of Colombian drug lords. And
I got pulled out of the car in India with an AK held in my fucking head.
In India, I figured they were really peaceful in India.
Not going to the airport in our taxi. There was me and Carlos Salati and Rob Ewells.
Okay. Why did they pull you out of your car?
There was a fucking hut on the road. We were driving. This guy jumped out of the hut, pointed the gun at the car. The driver pulled over. Driver told me he wants you out of the car. I'm like, me? So I get out of the car. He pointed a gun to my head. He's telling me to put my hands on the fucking hood. And I'm like, put my hands on the hood. And I'm literally like laughing. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, I'm like, is this really happening? And him and the driver went back and forth and had some banter between each other. And the fucking driver goes, okay, get back in the car. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, this
what the fuck is this all about?
And I was like, what was that about? And he was like, something about checking if he had money. I don't fucking, something about money, checking his glove box. Like, I don't fucking know. To this day, I don't know what the fuck it was about. I was just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Right. So on that note, I'm interested in Japan and Korea, and it may be Romania, but I was afraid to do Mexico, Colombia, or probably anywhere in Africa.
I've been to Romania. I've been to, what was the other one?
Japan and Korea. Because I assume it's South Korea. I don't think we're doing the North Korea Pro. But we'd have to give our earnings back.
Yeah, I've been to Korea, not Japan.
Okay. Because Japan's fucking 30 grand. They're like definitely rewarding for the attempt.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only way you're going to get anybody out there.
Yeah.
It's far.
Yeah.
And it's going to be
a long flight.
Nothing's longer than fucking Australia.
Yeah, that's I've heard that's like what, 24-hour flight?
Jersey.
But Australia is pretty much our culture there. You know, it's like, I think it'd be, of course they're going to have fish and rice in Japan, but that's going to be a fucking fortune to eat. The amount of sushi that we would have to eat in order to load.
Yeah.
And it's like $1,000 in sushi in like 3 days.
You don't have to buy sushi though.
Well, it's fish and rice, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's going to digest a lot better if it's not cooked.
Mm.
I guess it depends on the meat.
Yeah. The quality, I guess, right?
Well, I guess if it's covered in bacteria, they pre-digest it, but now that this gross thing is a theme.
You drink it all even like leading up to a show?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'll have more solid food meals as we get closer to the show if I'm hungry and I want solid food. but my solid food would consist of chicken and rice. You know, it's not like I'm getting anything extra out of the deal. It's just less convenient. I'm not going to pack a meal with a fork and Tupperware. That's a waste of my time at that point.
How was your soggy burp?
It was great. It's all I do.
Nope.
It's like a baby. It's just like I drink from my bottle, then I nap, and then I wake up and I cry, and then I drink from my
Dude, I
bottle.
don't nap either. I'm not a really good bodybuilder. I don't nap. I don't sleep a lot, and I don't eat a lot.
Well, that's actually really encouraging because if you don't consider yourself very good and you were sixth in the world at one point, and probably you would have been fifth this past year, had Chris been more positive and said, "Get ready anyway," rather than
No, he was like, yeah, he's like, I don't know what the fuck happened. He's like, they just fucking didn't look at you. Like, and it was like, you know, he didn't tell, he was like, I was like, you want me to have a cheat meal? I was like, no, just eat clean. He told me to eat clean food, but
I'm not throwing Chris under the bus. It's just usually
it was definitely, I learned a lesson because I'll never fucking, I thought I was unprepared for a situation that I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's a weird situation that you said will probably never happen again either to anyone.
I've never not been. That was the only time I was like, I've been to this scenario before. I know the drill. Like, why am I gonna fucking go through all this fucking shit and know what the outcome is? So I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my fucking time and put on more tan and eat all this fucking extra food and fucking do all this shit and restrict my water. When I'm like, for what? You know. But now, not only that, they kept us in the back for fucking 4.5 hours before we went on stage to top it off. So,
oh jeez,
you know. But
what was that? Why did they do that?
Switch the order of events.
Oh, that's fucking dumb.
What do you mean?
Like we were supposed to go first, and then we ended up going last.
Oh.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to stay awake to fucking watch it, and I'm just letting like this.
Oh, dude,
the whole time.
Might be in the back with like, there's not like chairs, and there's not like a lot of chairs for us. We're all like laying down and fucking on the ground and
sleeping, and
like trying to just stay comfortable, fucking, you know, before they call us.
Have you ever figured out, like, okay, what is the reason that they split the 212s in the open up on the days and then they intersperse the women? Like, why not just have a women's day and a men's day, like junior
crowd? Oh, the crowd.
So you're saying they will sell more tickets to both men and women by splitting them up, that every man has to get 2 tickets and every woman has to get 2 tickets that way, rather than having all the people there to see the women buy 1 ticket and all the women people to see the men get 1 ticket.
Well, I mean, you got to remember at the end of the day, it's business, right?
Sure. Right, they're making money.
I'm not disapproving of financially motivated decisions. I just want to know what the reasoning was.
I think you're trying to fill the seats on as many days as possible. If you're having an event for 2 days, you want to fill the seats on both days. You want to fill as many seats as possible, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to do what you have to do to fill the seats. If that means you want to split the men up on 2 days because you think that that's going to draw more of a crowd for 2 separate days and make people buy 2 separate tickets that want to watch both men, then that's what's going to happen.
That's what would happen to me, is I'd pay for the 212 and I'd pay for the men's open.
So there you go.
And I sure as fuck wouldn't go on a day that it was women, because I'd be like, I just don't care.
Whereas there would be a woman that would say, I'd go for the figure and I don't want to see the guys, but
or bikini or whatever.
Exactly.
Right. So, but if they're forced to see bikini, yeah. And then that would also, the women might go for the men's physique and for women. So that would be 2 different days. They might go to both.
Exactly.
So if you put men physique with the women, then everybody goes to one show, and then nobody's at the 212 in the open at a state level. But at a pro level, everyone's there to see the open at the Olympia. It's flip flops. The state level, no one gives a fuck about bodybuilding, and the Olympia bodybuilding is number 1.
Exactly.
I don't think nobody gives a fuck at the state level, because I remember used to have bodybuilding
there's
lead
nowhere
off.
near the amount of bodybuilders there used to be in state level.
No, but people go to watch them. That's the thing. Like in Michigan, we'll sit there and I'll sit there.
You can't really think about it. You can't really say that. I don't know one person that goes to a bodybuilding show that's not rooting for somebody. So most people that go to a bodybuilding show to state level know somebody competing, and if there is substantially not a lot of bodybuilders, then mathematically there can't be a lot of bodybuilding fans.
I don't know. They go into they switched and put bikini first this year because they got tired of all the fucking everybody leaving the event and going out in the hallways and stuff and outside when bodybuilding would get done. I'm not even kidding. That was literally the way it, you would go on. They would go on stage, and I would walk out because I don't give a fuck about the rest of them.
By you, but there's not been one show where bodybuilding has even come close to trumping any other fucking class. Right. So
no, from a numbers standpoint, no, but from a crowd standpoint, they all fucking.
But what I'm saying is, I don't know. I can't name one person that I know that goes to a fucking show that isn't there to support a friend.
Somebody.
Right.
So if you have not a lot of bodybuilders, then you're not going to have a lot of people that bought a ticket for bodybuilding.
Right. So I think what Guy's point is if you got 10 bodybuilders and each athlete has 1 to 3 people, that means you have 10 to 30 fans for bodybuilding. Whereas if there's 100 bikini girls and each bikini girl has 2 to 10 fans, you have 200 to 1,000 people there for bikini.
There it is.
And for the finals, probably, but not for the prejudging.
Right, for sure. Because prejudging it draws actual competitors. The competitors don't show up at the night show usually.
No, they'll go to the prejudging and they'll watch it because they already know who the fuck won when they leave the prejudging. So what's the point of me going to watch the night show? I already know who won. We've done this 1,000 times. We know how you're gonna get scored because based on the comparisons and everything else. We already know who won. Usually, right?
A lot of people go at night for the fucking entertainment purpose.
Family members and people that are supporting them that are just friends and stuff. Yes, they don't understand the prejudging. They're going to go at night and watch the finals. But like the actual competitor, like me, you'll never see me in the finals unless I'm competing. I'll go to the prejudging and then I fucking leave like halfway through.
Yeah.
I'm still asleep during prejudging, so I ended up going to the finals because I couldn't wake up. I laid there and I moved and twitched.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, but Keith, you're going to go to a fucking show even if you're not competing to watch competitors. Like I've never done that.
Yeah, I have friends that are competing and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's
or I have clients that are competing. I got to go. Right. I'd rather go to the prejudging than go to the fucking.
What I'm saying is, if you didn't have a bodybuilding friend in the show, would you go to a bodybuilding show? Would you just wake up and go, I'm going to go to fucking Joe Schmo Classic today to see the competitors?
I've done it before.
I've done it, but it's I have done it. But it's an excuse to get out of the house.
This might sound bad, but unless a friend's competing, or more so if I'm competing, that's the only time I'm going to go to a show.
Well, the thing with that is though that I know most of them anyway, right? They're around here. They know who I am, or I know who they are. So I could say I have a friend competing probably at every fucking show.
That's the other thing I would say.
I can say that too.
Yeah. So
I don't know who's competing.
I'm just saying I'm a fan of being a bodybuilder, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch a bodybuilding fucking show. Unless like my friends are in it or I'm competing.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and that's probably most.
If I show up, there's going to be somebody who's in that show that I'm friendly with, acquaintance.
At this point, if you've been around as long as me or you guys, you're going to know somebody in mostly any show. So that's nor here nor there. But I wouldn't like there's a show this upcut like in next week that my buddy's competing in who I'm helping. I helped them do the show. So I'm going. If it was normal,
you wouldn't be going.
No.
No, I the difference is too, you're a pro, right?
As an amateur, I didn't either.
No? Okay.
Here, hold on.
I hear it. Time.
Oh, the fucking better start snoring. I'm gonna kill you.
There you go.
Now I'm just breathing heavy. No.
He's waiting for you to talk because that's then he can snore.
Fucking pain in my ass.
Oh man.
No,
I wish it was the opposite, but no, I don't. I think classic, bikini, and men's physique brings more people.
Oh yeah, definitely draw more people at the finals, definitely. But I think the prejudging, I think a lot of times you get mostly just competitors going, and they're going and
judging at fucking the Olympia is usually not even remotely even that packed. So
right.
It just like it's not even close. Like prejudging a night show at the Olympia, like if you want to talk bodybuilding, like it's not even close. The arena, like I'm talking about Vegas. Obviously, I can't judge it in fucking Orlando. It's hard, because I was there for short. But in Vegas, walking out to prejudging and walking out to night show, not even close.
No,
for sure. Because I mean, that's a totally different situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when people used to wear like clothes to the night show, like women would wear like a dress and heels, and men would have a button-up shirt and slacks with a belt.
That's how I go to the night show.
But I guess it seems like at some point it just became a bunch of tank tops and yoga pants at the night show, and guys.
Remember, I don't. And this isn't me being fucking egotistical. I don't really. See here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of what. I've never really gone to an Olympia and sat in the audience, so I actually don't really fucking know.
I wasn't even talking about the Olympia, but that's a good point. I'm talking about just state level bodybuilding shows. People used to get dressed up.
Yeah,
to go to the night show.
Because it's about fucking pictures, dude.
It was like going to the theater. Remember, like when people used to have.
Yeah, but it's everything you're gonna get. People in a tank top in a picture is gonna get more likes and clicks and views than somebody in a t-shirt or a button down.
Sure. Right. Yep.
That's
and
what
it's about. You want to look good for that community. It's tank tops.
Yeah.
But it used to be you want to look good out of respect for the event.
Yeah.
And it's like women stopped wearing dresses and heels about 2012, I think. I haven't really seen that in nature.
Yeah.
Like, we need a Jane Goodall special. What happened to the dresses? Like, remember Gorillas in the Mist? Well, I'd be like, I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but basically she could do a documentary on what the fuck happened to heels and dresses. And it would be like, that would be interesting is, like if people started treating the night show with respect again and started showing up.
As like us, like after the show, we have to go to the gala. We have to get dressed. I'm in a fucking suit in the gala. So, better. I got to wear a fucking goddamn suit. Like,
which means you got to get it tailored.
Oh, every suit I have is tailored.
How much does that run?
A nice suit, minimum $1,500. Because it's not really tailored. You're really getting it from scratch.
Right. Yeah. And that's what people say.
2,000. Because if you buy a suit so big, they're going to have to take it apart and fucking put it together back. Like, it's probably worse.
The last time I've had a suit.
I got a bunch of different suits. I got suits for when I'm fucking off season and fucking 230, 240, and I got suits for when I'm fucking 205.
Yeah, last time I got a suit made, I was 146.
You don't go out much. Yes.
I had a 28-inch waist, 28-inch instep, and 24-inch quads, I think. And I was 146 pounds.
You guys are coming upstairs because I'm fucking.
At least that jar's not full of piss.
Can you see?
We're making progress.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Fucking mess.
Pass the fuck out.
Oh, this is how I get up.
Oh, that sounds normal. That's me in the morning when I gotta get out of bed and roll out to get to work.
Bro,
it takes me like 3 or 4 times to like roll and rocking back and forth to get out of the bed.
That sucks.
So I have my mattress on the floor. So if I roll out the wrong way, I have to get up off the floor. But if I roll the right way, then my momentum carries me to my feet.
Oh, dude, I'm just saying. I roll into bed. I really will roll into like when I get into bed. I will roll right into bed.
Yeah. Well, I took the box spring out from underneath mine and just put it down on the frame so that it took about 6 inches away from it. So I don't have to jump to get in the bed anymore. So I can literally just roll down onto the bed and go to sleep. And then I can roll out right to my feet.
Dude, I just put this on and the fucking sleeve is still wet. God damn it. Son of a bitch.
See, this is high quality television you don't get anywhere else. We have Guy's Kitchen.
Yeah, we're going into
This is
Lifestyle.
high quality television here. We've got Guy's Kitchen. His laundry room.
I don't give a fuck.
Are we in the laundry room now?
In the kitchen.
For some reason, it's showing me you, Keith, not Guy. I don't have control. I don't have grid view. And I keep touching my screen like it's a tablet because I'm retired. There you go.
Oh,
dude,
shit.
I so want to do a Hangover 4 with just Alan.
It's just Alan.
It's just Alan, man. Wolf pack of 2.
Those movies are fucking hilarious, man.
Oh, I know. I could watch them over and over and over again and never get sick of them. It reminds me of my early 20s.
See, I was always like Alan, but I was never wild and crazy with the partying. I always made everyone uncomfortable with the weird things I would say and do.
You don't say, bro.
I don't think it's changed much.
Yeah, I get it. Like, really?
It's like I'm
You
so
would
much.
see Todd with a fanny pack and pulling a chicken shake out of it.
Dude,
I have a lot of fucking friends.
how do you know that? I guess it's too obvious. Huh?
What's funny though is it's really funny is that you think he doesn't have a whole lot of friends, but he goes to the gym and it takes him 4 fucking hours because people keep stopping him to talk to him.
Oh, dude, I would fucking snap. I would.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me because it's the only social interaction I get. I pretty much so it's like, oh, someone wants to talk to me. That's just fun. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm talking to people all day long at work, so my headphones go on and just everybody leave me the fuck alone.
Todd, what do you do? Todd, you sit inside all day? What the hell do you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it right there. Yeah, I sit inside.
yeah. I actually have aluminum foil over my window so the light doesn't get in. You know what's funny is when Guy asks these questions in a particular order, I'm starting to think that I come across as a little eccentric. I sleep through the day. I have a light-proofed room. I sleep on the floor.
No, you're a fucking
drink
vampire.
liquid.
Wait, you have a light-proof room? You have,
Yeah,
you have
I put aluminum foil on the windows so that no light can get in.
What?
Yeah, that way I can sleep during the day more efficiently. There's just no light.
Bro, what planet do you live on? What fucking planet? What? If I came to your house and saw aluminum foil, I'd be like, yo, I'm out. Out. This motherfucker's got aluminum foil on his windows. He's going to shoot something up soon.
No. I used to say that, though.
What?
When the Comic-Con thing happened, people were concerned, but I didn't do it. So they were wrong. Don't come them. They're safe.
Oh, Todd.
That's crazy. You're shot. So you even you even get out to go to bodybuilding shows?
No.
Well, we didn't have really any shows last year, so it was kind of hard
That's
to.
true.
We only had we had 4, and they were all outdoors.
If I had someone in a show and
Yeah.
they were local, or if I had a friend doing a show, I would make the trip.
Yeah,
But
you
I
came
wouldn't
to
wake up
Michigan
in
last
time.
year.
I wouldn't wake up. I would be like, oh, I slept through it. Damn it. Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
had-
didn't make it to the fucking prejudging at the Michigan last year when I competed.
no. I made it as
Came to the
fast
fucking
as I
finals.
could. I showed up at 12:30, which is afternoon, which is a miracle. The sun was still up when I awoke. That's
So Todd, you really don't fucking like see sun?
no, sometimes for whole months at a time.
Isn't that like really bad for you though?
I guess it causes depression, but I don't really notice. So,
So you don't talk to anybody besides like this podcast?
pretty much. I have a Dungeons and Dragons group I play in on Fridays through Skype. That's my social interaction. Is
How long have you been playing in that Dungeons and Dragons group?
carefully. I make sure not to die.
if you write a book, I'll definitely buy it. I'll be waiting in line to buy that fucking thing. Signed copy.
Signed copy.
Did you see my leg just give out?
No.
I don't.
Isn't that the worst when it happens? Oh. It's always my left one. My right one will be fine. My left one, I'll be walking just normal, and all of a sudden it just like buckles for a second.
Ugh. See that,
Did you
bro?
know you can eject people? I didn't know one participant can eject another participant.
Yeah.
You got steak?
Why does my camera not work? This is disappointing me.
Steak and rice, baby.
Nice.
I
already got all my food in for the day. I'm good. One of the benefits of having you be 2 hours late is I got to nap and get all my food in before this started.
I have 4 shakes to go.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I had that kid come train with me who was fucking puked a couple times. And then somebody else is waiting for me to do a podcast, and I said, I'll do it after the one I have tonight. And then I was like, fuck, I just can't. When I never say no to training with people, but sometimes I'm like, I should just say no because I know. No. This girl asked me to train with. I mean, the kid trained hard, but I literally told him I told her, listen, if he's going to train on Wednesday, it's legs. Like it was his birthday, and I said he's probably going to throw up, so just like be prepared. Like he's probably not going to have like the best of birthday, and shit you not. Get first fucking set of the third exercise. He gets up. He's like, I gotta go outside. I'm like, you gotta be.
So, what were the exercises today for legs?
It was one cluster set seated hamstring curls. Then it was. Hold on, you need more water?
Yes. Oh, you were talking to me.
No, fucking tank. My dog's like drinking the bottom of the bowl. I don't hear any water, and I'm like. So it was seated hamstring curls, and then it was 2 heavy sets of leg press for 8, a hard 8, and then it was 3 sets of hack squats, but 1.5 reps. So you go down all the way, up halfway, back down, and then all the way up. So 3 sets of that for 8, and then it was the Bulgarian split squat drop set. Which is, so I started at 50 pounds. So you do 8 reps. Yeah. And then you stop midway for 8 seconds, drop it, rep 40, 8 reps, 8-second ISO hold, drop it, 30. So I went 60, 50, 40, 30 with that. And then I did 4 sets of barbell stiff legs and then calves.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Bulgarians, that's what kills you. Those things are
more
awesome.
Volume than I do. Even though I'm doing more exercises, I'm doing less sets per exercise.
Yeah, I did 1 set. It was the first exercise was 1 set. Second was 2. Third was 3. Bulgarian split squat was 1 giant drop set, and then stiff legs was 4, and then calves were 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's 14 sets, not counting all the intensity modifiers. 14 work sets.
Yeah, it's like it's weird because it's like less. I'm like leaning over now because my back's bothering me. It's like less total. It's like more volume, but like less hard volume feeder sets. So it's like. All my warm-up sets are really easy. Besides, like the only feeder set that's not really super easy is the one right before my hard set.
Right.
So like when I do 150-pound dumbbells on an incline, my second or my set before that is either 110 or 120. It's not hard, but it's definitely not easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But whereas, like, if I grab, when I start, I'll grab 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, 100s. Like, to me, that's easy. 110, 120, 130, that's not really easy anymore.
Yeah, it's starting to make you actually have to work to get it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
That's kind of how I judge it.
All right.
You know. Who knows, man?
Well, all right. It is 12:30.
Yeah.
5.
2.5 hours, which is a half an hour less than last time. But
Yeah, but we were on afterwards for 3 more hours after.
I know.
because there was inappropriate content for
There
viewers
was inappropriate content being talked about for the longest time afterwards.
with like everything. It's like, do you know so and so? Yeah, I know so and so.
Yeah. We know so.
That's why it's like Fuad's podcast is good because like I can say like anything and then I'll like after the podcast I'll be like, yeah, if that you got to cut that out. Like,
yeah, I don't edit this. I just fucking put it up.
Yeah, it's too hard to edit.
what?
I don't have time to edit shit. I just put this shit up. So all this is going on with you cooking and everything.
I don't give a flying fuck.
I don't really care either.
Yeah, you can't cancel you for cooking, or can they? But
Nobody
I said
fucking
on the last
watches this shit anyway.
I said on the last podcast to Fuad, I said you got to call my my beard Pepe Le Pew from now on.
because it's got black and white stripes.
I said we'll just offend everybody at this point.
Oh, because it's offensive. Okay.
Yeah, because everybody gets offended.
I thought it was because your beard perpetuates rape culture.
Or that. Maybe that's the case too. Is that a thing now too?
Who knows?
Dude. Good thing WAP doesn't perpetuate that culture. Otherwise,
Yeah, I mean it's okay for them, right?
That's totally okay, but not Pepe Le Pew.
We can't have Mr. Potato Head or Pepe Le Pew or Dr. Seuss, but fucking Cardi B can dry hump a fucking a stripper pole on stage in front of a live audience, including kids. That's okay.
Dude, it's just about how many victim points you have. The more victim points, the more privileges.
Mm-hmm.
I said it on Fuad's podcast, I said the world would be a better place if everybody did, like, if you want to be who you want to be, then that's absolutely fine. But if you want to be different, but just don't expect the world to fucking make laws and rules around you because you want to be different. Just be different.
Right.
Be different.
Yeah.
I
Be
actually
okay with
have this theory about this. It's like you work hard to be good at something. And when you're good at something, you get positive attention. And there's people that don't want to work hard at being good at something. So what they do is they take a back door, which is they get attention by being really, really badly behaved.
Yes.
But then it's bad attention.
Yeah.
And then our culture is now saying all attention has to be good attention. So you could have incredibly good-looking people that make tons of money because they're incredibly good-looking. Then you had the punk rock movement, which was we're going to go out of our way to look as ugly as possible and behave ugly so we'll get any attention, but it'll be negative attention, but they're okay with that. Now we have this culture 40 years later where it's expected that you do everything you can to be as repulsive as possible, and then people have to pretend that you're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I mean behaviorally as well as physically.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and the problem is, it's like if it's okay for you to be different and say I'm different, this is how I want to look, and I don't care what anybody thinks. Well, then if my opinion is that's disgusting, then I shouldn't be fucking chastised for that either. You took the step in wanting to be different. Now I'm saying, wow, I think that looks disgusting, and that's my opinion. But now it's my opinion is wrong because what you're doing to your body you think is okay, and maybe I don't think it is okay. But
if they're like, I don't care what you think, and you're like, you're disgusting, and they go and cry and tell a teacher, it's like, bitch, you do care what I think because you're whining about it. Shut the fuck up.
This is what it is. If you are going to look a certain way or wear something and walk around in public, we're bodybuilders. If I walk around in a tank top, if Ronnie Coleman walks around in a tank top, if Jay Cutler, if fucking you, if fucking Jose, walk around in a tank top, they're going to get stared at. Yep. They're going to get stereotyped, and they're going to be fucking things are going to be said because of what we take, what we do, and that's part of what I accept from what I do. Now, if I'm going to fucking put 1,000 tattoos on my face and earrings and a mohawk and colored hair and fucking wear fucking holes on my nipple, whatever the fucking these people do. If that's what you want to do, fine. And if you're gonna walk out in public, you're gonna get judged just like I am.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too fucking bad.
Or if you have
People
sex
say
with someone,
by a cover, we do it all fucking. Everybody fucking does it. Everybody every day. That car is ugly. Look what that person's wearing. Look at that person's shoes. Everybody fucking does it. And if people are going to think that's ever going to change, I'm not talking about race. I'm just talking about how people physically look, what they wear, how they dress, their hair color. Like, we all look at it and go, that either looks good or we're like, wow, that looks like shit. Whether we fucking mean to do it consciously or not, like, everybody looks at something and goes, I like that or I don't. Right? So you're going to see somebody walking in an outfit and go, wow, that's ugly, or wow, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're all going to do it. So if you're going to fucking bring even more uglier attention to you, or attention that you might think is cool, that somebody thinks is disgusting, well, you're going to get a negative attention from that person. Yeah. But you have to be okay with it. Like, I'm okay being in a public or in a mall and people going, ew. I'm like, well, I don't think everybody thinks the way I look is cool. So I'm going to get that. But the problem is, I'm okay with people going, ew, but people that are different in another way, they have a problem with somebody going, you're disgusting. And I'm like, I get it. You think I'm disgusting. That's your opinion. Fine. I'm not going to cry about it.
The other half of it is, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. It's like, if someone thinks you're disgusting, they don't have to say it. They can just keep their mouth shut.
Yeah.
It's just like simple manners. It's like, no one asked you, fuckface.
Yeah, but there's people out there, bro, that'll just look a certain way and literally be like, what are you staring at? It's like you trying to fucking pick a fight.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's ridiculous. You know exactly what I'm staring at. Don't
you know exactly
what
I'm staring at.
Like, I'm staring at your ridiculous looking fucking outfit. That's what I'm staring at. Do I need to tell you? Like, I'm like, everybody's like, well, there's no social norm. You're right. But pants, shorts, socks, shoes, sandals, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, dresses, suits, all normal. You walk in a man out of the house with a beard and a dress, I'm going to stare at you and go, what the fuck is that?
Well, here's the thing.
And I don't feel
why
bad.
did they leave the house looking like that?
What?
They wanted the fucking attention, negative or positive, doesn't matter. They wanted the attention. They wanted somebody to notice them, so that's why they left. It's like a girl that goes to the bar and she's wearing nothing, right? She's wearing pretty much nothing. She went out to get fucking attention, good or bad, doesn't make a difference.
No, see, I don't agree with that. I think some people don't do it for attention. I think some people do it because they actually genuinely like it. And my thing is, if you like it, that's okay. But you have to be prepared to be judged by who. You're always going to be judged by who you are and the choices you make and things you do. And if you are going to make a decision to walk out of a house as a man dressed as a girl, you just have to be mentally tough to know you're going to get judged.
You're going to have to you have to know that you're going to get attention, and not all that attention is going to be the positive attention that you're going to have negative attention, and that's anybody. I can walk out of the fucking house looking completely normal, but I'm still going to get somebody is going to have a problem with you at some point during that day, right? With the way I look. They may not like my hat. They may not like my sweatshirt. They may not like my shoes. They may not like the way I'm wearing any of those things. They may not like the way I walk or the way my voice when I talk. They may not like something about me. It's part of human nature, like you said. You're always noticing and perceiving.
Listen, people in the gym don't like that fucking. Like, perfect example. The gym. What gym? What's it? Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
The one where you can't make noise.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you guys watch my videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do in my videos?
You may grunt 1 rep per set.
What?
You talk to yourself before your sets.
Yeah, you might make noise on 1 rep per set. You make noise when appropriate. It's not outlandish, but
I'm saying, I'll go like,
sure. Some people will be like, that guy's an asshole because he's fucking grunting for attention. I don't even hear it when I do it. I don't even hear what I do.
Have you been thrown out of a Planet Fitness before?
I've never walked into a Planet Fitness.
Okay, because I've actually gone to Planet Fitness hundreds of times, and I make noise when I lift, and I look like I look, and no one's ever given me shit before. And no one's complained. No one set off a lunk alarm. None of the concerns that this community has about Planet Fitness has ever applied to me. And I mean, I used to go.
I'm not saying it's true or it's not true. I'm saying based on how they perceive their gyms and commercials.
Oh, yes, that's true. That the stereotype they present, the negative stereotype they present for themselves, is that the judgment-free zone is extremely judgmental.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm saying is we're putting TV commercials, letting people know that everywhere they go, they're going to be judged. But then they're saying we're not going to judge you at this gym. But if you do these things, then we're going to judge you.
We're going to judge the elite and negatively, but we won't judge the mediocre.
This is life. No matter what you do, you're going to be judged by everybody around you. Your family, your friends, people are going to look at you and judge you by your decisions, your actions, and that is part of fucking life.
Well, the only people who don't want to be judged are the guilty.
It's true.
I mean, if you actually did it right, there's nothing for someone to bitch about.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're going to make fun of me because I'm in shape. That doesn't make sense. I'll take it as a compliment. I hope you see a therapist.
The biggest problem is that people in life are too fucking soft. That's the biggest problem. People are just a bunch of fucking pussies that just can't handle things, so they want to look for any reason to be a victim.
You also have to understand that you can't have a world full of everybody that's alpha, because then the world would be a fucking corrupt nightmare.
No, I'm not saying alpha, but
so you need to be so damn
sensitive.
Well, listen, you need to have your fair shares. You need to have balance, and that's okay. I'm not saying everybody has to be tough, but I think everybody has to understand that everybody's different. Everybody's going to have their opinions. Everybody's opinions are not going to line up, and that's okay. But
sure, absolutely.
But just because you're different doesn't mean you have to hate somebody else. Like, I can look at somebody and go, wow, they look disgusting, or I don't like how they look. But I'm like saying I think that person looks weird is different than going, I hate that person.
Right.
Because of the way they look.
You know,
he looks disgusting. I would never like somebody that looks like him because of his muscles. Is different than going, I hate that motherfucker. Or people that look like him are scumbags. Or I hate, like, that's just different.
Or I bet he's an asshole.
Yeah, the people
that know anything about me.
Too. I get that a lot as people like come up to you and they're like, oh, I've always wanted to introduce myself, but I figured you'd be really mean. I was like, why? And they're like, you look like you're really mean. Huh? I missed what guy said.
He said, you think you get that a lot?
Is that a lot?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you get it more. But the point is, I think it's funny because I'm a pretty friendly guy and I'm really nice. But I'm a jerk on TV, so that's why.
People fucking see you once every fucking 3 months, and they're like,
he comes out of his shell.
Like the groundhog is here.
Oh, fuck. I've had people come up to me and tell me that too in the gym. They're like, they come up and they talk to me for a few minutes and stuff if I'm done training, and they're like, "Well, I wanted to ask you that question, but I didn't know if you would be willing to answer me or anything, because I just didn't know if you were going to be, nice enough to answer." I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't I? If you come up to me in the middle of a set, I'm probably going to fucking snap at you. That's
obviously.
But
timing and appropriateness.
There's only been a handful of times in the gym where I've been a complete asshole to somebody, but he still fucking deserved it, so it didn't matter. He did. I had a guy literally come running over to a fucking Smith machine that I had set up with reverse bands and everything else, and try to take the incline bench while I literally walked from the Smith 20 feet away to go grab some more plates, and he fucking sprinted over there and tried to take the bench, and I fucking ripped his head off for it.
That I'll do.
And that and like one other time where somebody did something that they probably shouldn't have done in the gym, I fucking let them have it for it, because they were gonna break equipment on purpose, just being a dumbass. And like, you're gonna fuck something up, and then I'm not gonna be able to use it. Don't do that.
I almost got a fight with an old Korean guy on Christmas because he was doing side bends with the cable, in the jungle gym, but like towards the middle rather than out to the sides to allow the other person to do the pull-ups.
Yeah.
And I was trying to time my pull-ups for when he was doing his side bends. And I'm mid set of pull-ups and he started side bending and hitting me with his head. I was like, dude, what the fuck? You could just angle up that way or that way. He goes, I was here first. I'm like, this is the last place you'll be. It's like,
He would have got kicked in the head when I did on my way up to the pull-up. That's what would have happened.
and then like all these other people are looking because it was crowded because it was Christmas. And I was like, I feel bad because I just picked on some dude on Christmas.
I picked on himself.
You deserve it. I don't feel bad.
No.
How was your meal?
Right here.
Oh, yeah,
He's ready. He's ready to eat it. No.
Yeah, I can't. If I try to eat and talk, I'm gonna look like a fucking fool.
Well, in that case,
we'll let you go and let you eat. And I'm gonna go.
Let me know when you guys want to hop back on, man.
I'm going to bed. Sure. Do that anytime, man.
Like I'm going to bed.
I am too because it's almost 1 and I have to be up at 5.
I got 4 shakes to go. But
I got 4 shakes to go. That's how Todd times his day by number of shakes.
Don't ruin my meal.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Todd, send me your info.
What?
Send me your number.
All right, I will. All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right, guys.
See you later.